Hello, listeners and readers of AwardsWatch.com. This is the Awards Watch Podcast, episode 357. I'm your executive editor, Ryan McQuade. Joining me today is Karen Peterson.
Hello.
And Josh Parham.
Hello, hello.
What a great trio today, right? Well, I mean, trio, and then I put myself in it and I say it's great, you know. We have two wonderful people with me, and then I'm just the third wheel here.
It's a good trio. I can say it, yes.
Whoa.
I think it's a great trio.
I said great. Karen said great. Josh said good. Want that on the record right there.
I think we know how this is going to go today.
Yeah, here we go.
All right.
We're back for another Oscar retrospective. We are here to do the films of 1971. You guys excited?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys do a lot of rewatching this week? New watches?
Not as much
first time
as I
watches?
planned on.
No?
Okay, so you're going to be so upset at me when I tell you that I had a first time watch this week. McCabe and Mrs. Miller. I had never seen it.
Wow.
I know. That was a blind spot that I just didn't even I just forgot that I had never seen it. And then I was like, oh yeah, I need to watch that again. And I was watching it and I was like, this is not familiar at all. So
Okay. Well,
first time watch.
we'll find out if it was a good first time watch for Karen
We'll find out.
not. We'll find out. Josh, 1971 feels like a big year. Jay and I talked about this year a little bit last year or maybe it was the year before when we did our William Friedkin series over at Director Watch. And we talked about this being the coronation for Friedkin, but also really like the turning point for, you know, the wave of the great runs in the 70s, the great auteur directors getting their chance to make their stamp on this wonderful decade. When you were looking at it, when you were seeing the nominees, but also doing your rewatches, Josh, what stuck out to you?
Yeah, I mean, it is interesting to go back in time to the start of the 70s. And I think especially with the French Connection winning Best Picture, it does provide a tone setter, I feel like, for the direction of New Hollywood, of what we were going to get. And you watch that movie and it does feel like this is exciting and new and completely different. And you can understand why there is this huge excitement for what's happening. And you get that a lot. Like, I think that a lot of the movies here, you get the mix of the new and the old because, yeah, we got the French Connection, but there's also stuff like Fiddler on the Roof and Nicholas and Alexandra. You know, one of those movies is way better than the other, but still, structure-wise and kind of thematically, tone-wise, feels a little bit more traditional. And it's a really interesting kind of clash that's happening, which I just find fascinating when you look at the nominees.
Karen, I kind of equated to like how the Academy changed a couple years ago, where we had the traditional films still getting in and maybe even one winning, you know, like a Green Book. But those become more outliers as years go on for like a decade stretch now that we've had, where some bold, original visions from directors, even if they are adaptations or whatnot, they are at the forefront of voters' minds. And there are still, like Josh said, films that feel traditional, but they don't dominate as much. And I kind of feel like that was the case looking here. It's like you can feel a transition coming by just the winners, but then some of the choices. I mean, A Clockwork Orange getting in here, which was a big hit. Like that's still, it could be a film. It was very controversial still then. It's still very controversial now. And so I find that to be very fascinating when that's in a picture lineup with something like Nicholas and Alexandra, which is so buttoned up and so traditional and is, I'll spoil it, Josh. It's not very good, but it is also like one of the last of like the, you know, big epic films that we get within the 70s. I mean, we get a couple, but we don't get them to this level where they feel very historical and very much, you know, like from book to screen. Karen, what did you think of the year when you were looking at it?
You know, it's funny because I actually really do also see a lot of parallels with where we are now. And that makes sense to me because everything is cyclical. And everything is reacting to what just came before it. So when I look at as you guys are talking about this, you know, we have some of the rise of the auteur. We have this is the decade where we have our first woman getting nominated for Best Director. Obviously, it would be a few more years, but But we have some female directors that are starting to emerge in this time period. One of which is Elaine May, who has A New Leaf. And then you're also starting to see the foundation of the directors who are going to become very well known throughout. None of the three of us were alive in 1971, but we're starting to see the emergence of like Steven Spielberg and Francis Ford Coppola and Scorsese and these directors that would become really important in our lifetimes. And I look at, just going back to the parallel. Sorry, I feel like I'm just kind of all over the place, but just looking at the parallels where just this year alone, obviously we're a long time still from the Oscar nominations, but just looking at the movies that have really made an impact this year at the box office, it's these small independent films. It's not the big studio movies. Mm-hmm. And it's exciting to see. And it really, for every article that we've seen over the last 10 years about the, lamenting the death of cinema, there's so much proof that that's not actually what's happening. It just needed to change. It needs a shakeup. And that's what we have going from the 60s into the 70s. And so I think looking at this year and what's nominated, you do have some of those traditional big studio movies, but you also have things that are a lot grittier, a lot more introspective, things that are really reflecting where America is in 1971, where the Vietnam War is still going, and we're in the middle of the Nixon years, and politically throughout the 70s, it's kind of a lost decade where people were kind of not directionless. That's not quite right, but reeling from a never-ending war, from years of anti-communist, witch hunts, and the reaction of, the civil rights movement and women's lib, and all of these things that are being reflected in the films that are coming out at this time. So I love the 70s.
I love it too. I think we all do here at AwardsWatch. Anytime we get to do a 70s retrospective, it's great because it's weirdly like 50 years later, 60 years later at this point, and we're all starting to look at these things and we're really seeing the parallels, like you're saying, Karen, of our own times, because man, that history just is always doomed to repeat itself, especially when humans are involved. But I do kind of feel it's very interesting that a movie like The French Connection, which is a great film, is so different than the type of cop films or the type of procedurals that could win this award, because Popeye Doyle is such a it feels like such an anti-hero in a lot of ways, and one of the true great cinematic characters of the time, and just sort of swept everything up. But inside all of it, it's very funny to me that like The French Connection won big this night, and it won director and actor and picture. The story of the night, though, was never on them. It was on, if Jane Fonda wins, what is she going to say? And the fear of what one actress could say, and the reading behind the scenes. And I did Kevin Jacobson's actress episode for this year, and reading a lot about Fonda's internal struggle and her father talking to her the night before and not wanting her to speak her mind, but also the fear of what could happen to her, the fear that like Nixon was tapping her and had his eyes solely on her. It's very reminiscent of a certain fat fuck in the White House who is always tweeting and always and is wielding his power in such a vindictive way. And so I and also doing it towards a woman, which is like, I mean, the president's own history right now with women, as we all know, is well documented and how poor it is. But I just find that to be the story of all this, and doesn't reflect on her performance. So that performance is about paranoia, and it's about a woman's place in the world. And it's very much interesting how Clute is a representation of literally what happens to her the rest of the year. But there's also just these other great films and also there are some some memorable classics inside this year that I think it's just a very fascinating year, and it's already, 1 year, removed from the start of the decade, and you already can see the Hollywood kind of tussling with itself as to what it wants to see for the years to come and then the years it celebrates. So, Karen, other categories besides the top 8 in the artisan categories, is there a category or a win specifically that you wanted to talk about and highlight?
I think it's funny because obviously it'd be a couple of years before visual effects as an award category would really become part of the institution. But I love this recognition for Bedknobs and Broomsticks, which is a movie that I adored as a kid. And it wasn't actually until I was preparing for this episode that I even realized it won an Oscar for that. And I just think that's such a fun. I mean, it's only nominated against a movie called When Dinosaurs Ruled the Earth, which I have not seen. But yeah, like this is the beginning of just really, I mean, not the beginning. There had been some movies that were using visual effects before this, but I love that this is where it's like really starting to become more accepted in this decade. And I adore this movie specifically, and I think it's just what they do with the idea of magic is so great, and I love that it was recognized for it.
I agree. Josh?
Well, first of all, Karen, I'm with you. Bedknobs and Broomsticks, also a favorite of my childhood. I love that film. I really do. Yeah, love it. I'm gonna be back talking about original song.
You're damn right.
I left it for you.
Yeah. Well, and there's a couple reasons. One, it's not nominated, but I am under the obligation to mention that there's a Bond theme that was released this year. It was Diamonds Are Forever, which I think is a good Bond theme. I like that one a lot. Forever. It's one of my favorites. Yeah. But I really do feel like the winner here from Shaft, like if we ever did a tier ranking on original song, like that is an easy S tier right there.
Man, Josh, that sounds like such a fun, like, man, what if we did the tier ranking of the songs before we did Best Actor? Like, think about that. Think about like how funny that would be if we just did that category.
It'd be very funny, but I would.
I'm thinking about it now.
Almost deserving. Yeah. But like the Shaft theme, it's so unique for this year. For sure, but then just like it's so defining and so iconic, and it's almost like I feel lucky that it is the Oscar winner. It's almost like too good of a choice for the Oscars to have made, but I'm so happy. I love that is an Oscar-winning song. It's one of the coolest wins, not just of that category, but honestly of like any category at the Oscars. It really is just wonderful.
Shaft, like yeah, it's so good.
It's awesome.
It's one of those where it's just like. Would they like nowadays, like Josh, if this song came out, and the movie comes out, would they be, you and I would be like, no, it's not going to happen because they're not cool enough to do something like that.
Well, I think now
we don't do cool stuff like this anymore.
Like for a while, they were not doing cool songs.
You got to be written by Billie Eilish in order to win an Oscar nowadays. Like you can't have a cool song like this anymore. No,
I think we've had cool songs, but
when was the last cool song we had that won? Like cool, well, like holy shit, that's cool.
I think the RRR song is pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
Not to. I think that was a pretty cool win.
See, I think the last cool one is It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp.
Sure.
That's like when you're like, wow, we went there. That's cool. Sure. RRR probably. Yeah. Because like that kind of started at like a groundswell, and then
it was like very
more like that's they're not going to do that. You know what I mean? And also too, like it's more of like the cinematic version, of something, and then because the song's like it's okay of a song, but it's like when you show it on the screen with that scene, it's like it's kind of everything. Okay,
yeah.
I gotta bring up Best Art Direction because it's missing the winner. Okay, so Nicholas and Alexandra won this thing, and Bedknobs and Broomsticks is in there, so that's great. And another one of those like snobby, English films and Mary Queen of Scots and then Fiddler on the Roof. But like,
Andromeda Strain is a good one, though.
that's a very good one.
I love the Andromeda Strain. It's another very good
But
movie.
like,
Yeah.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory came out this year.
Yeah.
And when they opened up those doors into the factory and pure imagination starts playing, it's like, what else do you need to do? They made a chocolate river. Like, game over, folks. And that's going back to what you're saying, Josh. Like, they're not cool enough to do that. They nominated in, like, what is it? The best music for score adaptation or original score song. God, I gotta tell you, the score and the song categories way back when, way too complicated.
The music branch of the Oscars are very weird.
I love that they bring chaos in these when we go back in time, because it's like, you guys are even coming up with some weird chaotic names. Y'all just don't want to like be straightforward about what this thing is. But like, that missing art direction. I mean, that missing a lot of categories, but that missing art direction is one of those where you're just like, it's right there. It's very easy to give it. Now, probably the kids film is Bed Knobs and Broomsticks, which has got very great, production design in that film and everything. But yeah, I would have given it to Willy Wonka like easily. I would have been like banging the drum for that thing to have, because it's so bold and beautiful. And you guys just like, they're pulling candy off of trees and off the ground.
Oh,
like the teacup he's eating the teacup, and that's not real, but it's about imagination coming to life. Like, how do you not?
I honestly don't understand what happened with this movie, because it's not in costume design or makeup either, and it should have been in all of those.
Should have been that. Probably sound.
Yeah.
Like, because I mean, I just think of like the way the movie looks too. Like, this is, what do we do? How is it not nominated for a couple original songs?
I know, that's one of those like Mandela effects of like, wait, not like Pure Imagination wasn't nominated for original song.
It's so
crazy
weird
to me.
Yeah.
My mind is broken. I can't describe it. It's maybe we'll have to make some changes today. I don't know.
I mean, we might talk about it in some of the big 8 categories. It might even come up there.
You know what, Josh? I think you might be right. All right. Top 8 categories. Shoulda, woulda, coulda game. If you've never listened to one of these, I always break down the rules, even though nobody listens to me when I break down the rules. I always break it down at the beginning. We are here to break down.
I always listen, but then I forget.
That's true. Top 8 categories. What we do is we have up to 2 replacements of the 5 nominees, except in Best Picture. This case is a group of 5, so we can replace up to 3. Once we've gotten what we're replacing out, we go through the releases of the films that year, what's eligible, and we replace them with nominees that we want as a group, and then we revote. And sometimes those movies stay with their Oscars, and other times, or we, like the last time we did this, I think it was like 2006, we were like replaced everything. So
yeah, I think there was one repeat winner and everybody else was replaced.
Everybody was just like, get out of here. You're not getting an Oscar today. So are you guys ready?
Ready.
Yeah, right. Let's do it.
Josh, give me best adapted screenplay.
Best adapted screenplay. We have The French Connection, which was the winner. A Clockwork Orange, The Conformist, The Garden of Finzi Continus, I don't know if I said that right, and The Last Picture Show.
Okay. What are we replacing? I think early on in this category, we're going to get some confessions about some films too.
Well, like, I've never seen The Garden of Finzi Continis.
Yeah, I admit I did not catch up with that one either. But honestly,
we're going to pause the show. We're going to go watch it right now. Let's go.
Well, but honestly, like, I could not imagine it would stand up to the other 4 nominees in this category anyway. So I feel like even if I had seen it, it would still be an elimination for me.
Okay. So do you want to eliminate that just by process of elimination?
I would.
I do.
Okay. Then are we replacing anything else?
That is tough because the other four are very good.
Karen, where are you at on A Clockwork Orange?
This is where I confess that I have never wanted to see it, so I've never seen it. So I will
Abstain?
abstain from all Clockwork Orange
Mm.
discussions, and I will defer to both of you for anywhere you want to keep it or remove it.
Josh, I gotta tell you, it's like low tier Kubrick for me. It's never really worked for me. I don't know where you're at with it.
I went through a period of thinking that was my favorite Stanley Kubrick film for
Interesting.
a while. It's not anymore, but
What's your
God, there's
favorite?
just Doctor Strangelove.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's a good answer.
that's
That's a
my
great
favorite.
one.
It's a good
Yeah,
answer.
I think that's probably mine too.
I'm with the contingent not here today that would say Barry Lyndon.
that's
I
very good
mean,
too.
also
Yeah,
great.
Yeah.
yeah. And I was watching a bit of A Clockwork Orange again, and even though there was a feeling of like, yeah, this maybe isn't my favorite, you get some moments where it's like, man, but nobody can frame a shot like
Yeah.
Kubrick, and it's like it's the reason why he's considered one of the greats.
I just think the other three screenplays are marvelous. Like
Yeah.
I watched The Conformist for the first time this week,
Mhm.
and I just thought it was a masterpiece. I was just overwhelmed by this movie. And I think it's so good. Sophia
Yeah,
Simonella has been telling me to watch it for years, and I'm like, okay, I'll get to it for the 71 retrospective. And I did, and it's really good. And then the French Connection's very good. And as
and
an
Last
adaptation,
Picture Show. Yeah,
yeah, I mean, McMurtry,
yeah,
Bogdanovich. What else do I need to say there?
yeah. The one thing about A Clockwork Orange, though, that I do give it credit is like that book is not easy to adapt.
No, no,
So I think just taking that material and making it somewhat palatable for audiences deserves credit. But, if we have enough other contenders that we want to have two spots, I'm not going to be
you
that
want to
opposed to it
you want to yellow
getting
it,
out. Sure, we'll do that.
and we can talk about what we have here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna we're gonna get rid of the garden, and we're gonna put Clockwork at a yellow. And so, okay, what do we want to replace them with?
I have three.
Okay, Karen.
I have Elaine May, A New Leaf.
Okay,
I have McCabe and Mrs. Miller. And I have Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
I have
Well,
those literal same three, particularly in that order.
well, McCabe and Mrs. Miller was also on my list. That was one. Yeah.
Josh. Okay, well that's in because
Yeah,
Josh
Yeah.
loves Robert Altman, and this is going to be a day
I
for him to
favorite
do.
love this.
person.
I love this Robert Altman
Yes,
movie.
So it was really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Karen, did you watch it? Did you like rent it or did you buy it on 4K?
No, I watched it on Tubi.
You got it. Oh man,
I know.
You gotta love Tubi.
It's the best.
I do love Tubi.
Except
I
for
gotta
it's
love
not a
them.
great print on Tubi, so I was like, I need to watch
Yeah.
I
this on
first
a good
watched
4K.
I first watched McCabe and Mrs. Miller on a rip drive that my professor showed me in college. This was before the Criterion had the restoration on it. And so it's just old and kind of grimy, and it's just like
Mhm.
the right kind of way you're supposed to watch. Even though it was digital, it's the right kind of print you're supposed to first watch this movie,
I
and
feel like
then
that's how so many movies from the early 70s look, and I kind of love it.
it's like when you watch, if you watch The Heartbreak Kid from Elaine May, the only way
Mhm.
you can watch it is on this very dingy YouTube. Like somebody's like recorded it that way, and you can
Yep.
barely hear the audio, but like that's the only way you can watch it. That's how you're supposed to watch everything
Justice,
from the
yeah,
1970s.
but justice for Elaine May, though, because that woman deserves a really good Criterion box set.
Yes, she does. And she should. Like, I mean,
Mhm.
I think honestly her four films are like a great, like when we did this series, it is a great snapshot of not just what a woman has to go through as a director, but what a woman has to go through as a director back then.
Yep.
is, and in the parallels that they have to face now. And I mean, like, that they basically put her in jail for making a film that bombed no different than like a mid-tier film would bomb nowadays, or like there were bigger bombs
And
of
it
the era.
and it bombed because people misunderstood it, not
Yeah.
because it was bad.
No, it stars great. It stars great. I mean, like, you look at like Heaven's Gate and King of Comedy, films that were absolutely just like in Sorcerer that
I
destroyed.
love King of Comedy.
And those movies at the time were like, this is the death of the auteurism in the 70s. All those movies have at least Blu-ray to 4K releases. They all have been revered as and turned around as masterpieces. And yet Ishtar sits alone. You can barely find it on physical media. You know, one of her films is literally in jail because like a pharmaceutical company owns the rights in the Heartbreak Kid. Like,
Yeah, it's such a weird.
it's bullshit. But like, yes, that's exactly how you're supposed to watch it. You're like, it's like when, you know, people make the joke about, oh, you should watch Christopher Nolan's film on like an iPod Nano. Like, that's like kind of how you should watch
I
everything
think I
from
can
the
watch stuff on
1970s.
my watch now, actually.
You know what? I was thinking, you know, that I found out in my car, side tangent, that you can, when, you know, when you have the, like the screen in your car or whatever,
Uh-huh.
there's like a thing that you can buy and you can actually like watch Netflix. And I'm just waiting for the day when like someone gets in a car accident and then they said, oh, I was watching the third season of The Crown, you know, on the highway. You know, I'm just thinking about like that ahead, like,
If
oh,
that's what they were watching, I don't think that's what they're going to admit to watching. They're going to say they were watching like Bullet or something.
oh, like the Steve McQueen film, or is it like a
Yeah.
TV series I don't know about that's like,
No, like the Steve McQueen film,
well,
you know, like a film with a good car chase, the French Connection,
yeah,
something
but
with a good car
none
chase,
of those
and
are going to
that's
be
what
on
happened.
Netflix though, Karen,
No, of
because
course not.
they don't have any movies beyond 1995 on their platform.
That is
You know.
true.
Anyway, how did we get around here to
The
this?
point is,
The point is, McCabe and
it
Mrs.
should
Miller is
also
in.
be, and it should also be a new leaf.
Yeah, because the new leaf's great.
It is
I'm
great.
good with that, actually. I'm good with
Yay.
having her in.
Oh man,
Awesome. Thank
it's
you.
awesome because that's what we were going to do here anyway today.
It's true.
It's kind of doesn't make any sense. As such a great writer that she wasn't nominated. It's
It
um,
makes me so frustrated.
yeah, and I love this film.
Mhm.
Josh, when was the last time you saw a new leaf?
Oh, it's been a while. That was one I did not catch up with recently, but like I love Elaine May. I'm always going to be happy to celebrate her.
Yeah, okay.
She's the best.
All right. So we have The French Connection, The Conformist, The Last Picture Show, McCabe Miss Miller, and A New Leaf. It's pretty good.
Very good.
Josh, want to give us your winner for the category?
I am going to vote for McCabe and Mrs. Miller. I really do love that movie. I think, like, for me, I love revisionist Westerns, and this one is just fantastic. I love taking the idea of a Western, but it's so much darker with these characters who are morally ambiguous. And I really, really do love that film and the screenplay that it's working with.
Man, I love. This is gonna be a good day. Um, Karen.
I'm also voting for McCabe and Mrs. Miller. And what I will add to Josh's comments on it is that I really like that in from the late 60s and into the 70s and beyond, is sort of that deconstruction of the Western myth of, you know, everybody was a hero and, you know, it was the white hats versus the black hats. And this is not that. And it really does get into just the, you know, what does it take to survive in these frontier towns, and how do people really treat each other, how do they look at each other and try to coexist in a country that is still very young and is trying to grow. And I think that the characters in this are so richly drawn, and yeah, I think it's a great screenplay.
It's gonna be a good day. I will vote for McCabe and Miss Miller as well, and we will start uh, this bountiful maybe day of gifts that we're going to give it. Who knows?
Maybe we'll see.
This is my favorite Robert Altman film. When Karen and I used to do the old award circuit podcast, I made a statement because Jay and I were doing a Robert Altman movie series over at our old place at In Session Film at the time. And I made a statement that Robert Altman's run in the 70s might be the greatest run a director's ever had. Josh is not going to agree with that, but that's okay, Josh. I love you nonetheless.
It's all right. I'm all right with being wrong sometimes.
Yes. And so, and this is like the crown jewel of that, you know, even though it's right at the beginning of it, this is the movie that, you know, I saw in college, and I was already a massive fan of the Western, but this is like one of the great anti-Westerns ever. This is a movie like dissecting America, and it's made all in Canada. You know, it's one of these films where it's highly, you know, influential. I mean, this movie walks and runs so that the existence of something like There Will Be Blood can be be an inspiration for Paul Thomas Anderson, and I think the movies speak to each other so great, and I love the performances in it. But the script is, for 1971, very mean and unrelenting to a country that's going through a lot, and it's a very anti-capitalist film as well too, and the dangers of all that. And I just think that it's beautifully written and has some of the some of the best dialogue, but also some of the best editing and all that stuff. We're going to talk about that as the day goes on, but it's a great win. If you've ever read the book too, it's good, but like what Altman does with this, he just sort of, it's kind of what PTA did with Oil. He kind of takes his own version of it and kind of gets to do what he wants in his vision, and that's what's so great about Altman is, and whether you like it or not, that he's going to put his own vision on that thing. So, all right, McCabe, Miss Miller, Best Adapted Screenplay winner. Karen,
Yeah.
Best Original Screenplay.
All right. I'm going to read this description because I think it's funny. Just so long. Writing, which is story and screenplay based on factual material or material not previously published or produced. And the nominees are our winner, The Hospital, Investigation of a Citizen Above Suspicion, Clute, Summer of 42, and Sunday, Bloody Sunday.
All right. What do we think?
I did not get to investigation, so I will admit that.
That's okay. That's okay.
I also haven't seen Summer of 42 in many years.
It's been a very long time since I've seen it. I remember it being okay, but nothing that I was like hugely over the moon about either.
I think I watched it too young. I really was like, why do people like this? I should have rewatched it. I just didn't get a chance.
I didn't like The Hospital. I don't know if you guys did or not.
I kind of liked it. I think just because Patty Chayefsky, there's just that sort of rhythm with his writing that is so like captivating to me, but it's obviously not one of his best efforts, but I still enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah.
Satire's hard.
It really is. And I don't know, something about it just, it didn't connect with me. I understand that it does for others. That's not Chayefsky as a whole, though, for me. I generally usually like their writing. Investigation of a Citizen's very good. Clute's very good. I would say, to me, I would eliminate The Hospital in Summer of 72. I was not a big fan of Summer of 72 when I caught
42.
Or 42, sorry. I'm thinking of 72 as this year. Summer of 42. I was not a big fan of it this week. I don't know. I found it sappy. I don't know. I was watching a lot of very serious stuff, so then it kind of just like really curved the week. So I was like, I don't like this. Why am I not connected to this? So those would be the two if I had a vote to take out anything, if we want to take out two. I don't know what you guys are thinking about though.
I'm fine with that.
Patty Chayefsky's got enough Oscars, so that's okay.
Think it'll be fine, Josh?
I think so. He's got
Okay.
Oscars for better screenplays.
He's not going to call in the show, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay. Who do we want to replace? What do we want to replace it with? Do we have any candidates? Karen, do you have any candidates? I like to throw out carnal knowledge, which I think is uh, just a talk about a mean script and just like a mean depiction of relationships and men and just everything in the 1970s, and really like reminds me a lot of like how weirdly this generation of men thinks of women when you watch it. Nicholson's fantastic. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Mike Nichols releasing a film this year that it's he was on a bit of a dry spell and he comes back with this, and this is a very biting film. So I'd throw that one in the mix.
Yeah, I have one. It's not really like a great screenplay, but it would be more so like sometimes what often happens with screenplay nominations where it's just recognizing the movie itself, and this is the only place to maybe really do it. And that's Sweet Sweetback's Badass Song.
Oh man.
That's a good one. Yeah. That's a good choice.
Ben Pebbles, man.
Because you know the Oscars were never going to do that.
No, they were not going to touch it at all. We've thought about doing Melvin as a series, which would be very good, I think, on Director Watch.
I saw him once in the lobby of a hotel when I was going to a film festival, and he looked like he just got out of bed. And it was awesome.
That's so cool.
Where are you guys at with Harold and Maude?
So Harold and Maude is one of those movies that I know so many people love it. I did not, but in fairness, it has been a minute since I've rewatched it. There is maybe something I will mention about it later that I do like, but I wasn't like a huge fan of it. But I know that there are a ton of people that do love that movie a lot.
I really do like it. I think it's pretty good. Karen, what do you think of it?
Yeah, I like it. I haven't seen it in a long time. But yeah, I like Harold and Maude.
Okay. Josh, I'm liking your suggestion though.
I think we should do that. I second it.
You want to do
that means it doesn't matter what you think, right?
Well, I just said I like this opinion.
No, Karen's opinion matters more than yours.
That's fair. You know what?
He says that now.
Honestly, that's fair. I get it. Do we want to do like carnal knowledge and
Sweet Sweetbacks
and Sweet Sweetbacks? Yeah, we'll do that.
I think so.
Along with our other 3 films here that we have, which is the Investigation of a Citizen, Clute, and Sunday Bloody Sunday. It's a pretty good patch of winners.
That sounds good. Yeah, I like that group.
Well, you know, having Sweet Sweetbacks in there, Josh, is kind of like what you're talking about with like giving a Shaft original song winner. It's like you're cool enough to do it here, but you're not like cool enough to like go and look at the totality of where you could place a movie like that or movies like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, where are you going at, man? Like you want to go all the way. It's like you want to be really cool, but you know your parents are watching. You know?
Yeah.
Well, and on that, I also have to say this was a great era for oh my gosh, my brain just went blank on the word.
Blaxploitation?
No. Separate from that, different topic. There, oh my gosh. Like Dario Argento has
Giallo or
Giallo, that's it. Thank you. I don't know why I blinked on that. But anyway, movies like Cat o' Nine Tails come out around this time, and they're not like great, but they're so fun, and I love the twisty screenplays and stuff. And it's like, obviously they would never be awards material, but it's just fun to imagine a world where they could be.
I love it. I agree. This is like prime for genre stuff to really go through as well. Okay, Karen, Who do you want to give the win to? Who's your vote?
Oh, read off the nominees again.
All right, we have Sweet Sweetback, we have The Investigation of a Citizen, we have Clue, we have Sunday Bloody Sunday, and we have Carnal Knowledge.
I thought we got rid of investigations. Did we?
No, I thought we got rid of the hospital.
No,
hospital.
We got rid of the hospital.
And
okay, that's right. Okay. Yeah. I think I'm gonna vote for Clute.
Clute. It's a good one. That's a good one. Josh?
I was leaning towards Sunday Bloody Sunday. I do really like the kind of relationship triangle that's going on in that film.
It's a good one too.
Oh man. This is where I get to put my cards out on the table about Sunday Bloody Sunday.
Oh,
not a fan.
I think that for the time, it's sort of depiction of it's a really interesting film because it is depicting a young man who is having a bisexual affair with a straight woman and a gay man, and having these dual relationships with the two of them. And I find the movie to be fascinating from only one character's perspective, which is Peter Finch. And I think the kid, and I think Glenda Jackson's roles are so underwritten and so emotionally unfocused for me. But the Peter Finch stuff is so good that it sort of balances it all out. It's weird that like no one's tried to really do sort of an update on this, or because I think it's prime, honestly, right now in this sort of like, I don't know if we're in a sexual repression or revolution. God knows with every fucking movie that's coming out these days, like you can't tell what's going on in terms of art house cinema, big cinema, whatever. You know what I mean? Because one week you got I Want Your Sex coming out, and then you've got the Sex Purge movie where Will Gluck's like, I don't want to put any sex in any of this thing. So it's like, it's weird, but I think we're prime for a movie to have a conversation like that with like a movie like this. And so it is ahead of its time, but I also am like, even at the time, I probably would have still had problems with this. So maybe it's just because I relate to it, that I have some issues with it. But I get it. It's also like it's sort of the just limitations of the time and whatnot.
Yeah,
it is very interesting. Like, it is an interesting premise, though, and a dynamic.
Sure, and I hear your criticism. I just do think that the dynamic itself is very interesting to me, and I think I do look at it in the context of the time that it came out in. You know, there's only so far you can go, but if you feel like there's a lacking of certain perspectives, that's fair too. I just think I'm also like a big John Schlesinger fan as well.
Schlesinger is a very good director. Yeah. I do think like the ending is incredibly great as well too. Of just like these two people passing in the night, and and it's just like this great, like right outside the car, when both Glenda Jackson and Finch get to like talk with each other there. I think I think there's some great stuff in it. I just think it's a little incomplete. So I will agree with Karen. I would go with Clute, which is a much more complete screenplay for me, and packs a really big punch by the end. And so in the case between those two, it's like, I don't know. I just connected with that movie a lot more in its screenplay.
Clute's a good screenplay too.
Yeah. We're going to go with Clute there in original screenplay. I'm telling you though, Josh, someone's going to, you know what? I'll say this, and Josh is going to be like, oh, wow. Andrew Haigh should remake or do a redo or like a reinterpretation of Sunday Bloody Sunday.
I mean, you could just say Andrew Haigh should do, and then whatever comes after that sentence, I will agree with, because
either him or I guess Ira Sachs kind of did it with
Passages, yes.
But like
a little bit,
but also like not to make like like I love Passages, but it does make the chaotic bisexual like the most chaotic, like the character of all time. It feels
The
like
movie
with
is
Rose.
so good and
It's
so
so good.
exhausting.
It's just
Yeah,
like,
but
God, I don't
one of
want to
my
hear this man
faves.
talk anymore,
I know
Um,
he's so annoying,
but he
and I
looks
love that
so
movie. But
good. You know what I
but you
mean?
understand it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, um, who knows? Maybe down the road we'll get a version of it that doesn't have all that, but it's still go watch Passages.
Yeah.
Yep.
Compare it to Sunday. Actually, somebody should write a great article about that. Compare the two; they would be really good.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do Best Supporting Actor. We have Ben Johnson, The Last Picture Show. Jeff Bridges, The Last Picture Show. Anybody else? Leonard Frey, Fiddler on the Roof. Was it Richard Jekyll?
Sure.
Okay. Sometimes a Great Notion, and Roy Scheider for The French Connection. Not the person I would assume for The French Connection that I would nominate, honestly, in that category, but
But he is good in the French
he's
Connection.
very good.
He is very good.
I do
Very
really
good.
like him in that.
I like Fernando Rey though a lot. No, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. We're not there.
Hold
yet.
your horses.
I know. I'm getting ahead of myself there. Who would you guys replace here?
Well,
Who you guys would kick out?
Richard is another one I didn't get to.
Okay.
So
You didn't get to Sometimes a Great Notion?
no, and then also another one. I do not really get why Leonard Frey is nominated for Fiddler on the Roof. I just don't think that character like does very much. I was a little baffled as to why he was singled out as the supporting actor to nominate.
I can tell you that Sometimes a Great Notion to me isn't that great of a film. I know Newman directed it. It's never my favorite Ken Kinsey book as well. I just never really liked it. I think the performance is fine. When I went back and rewatched clips, I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. That's the performance in that film that was highlighted. So I could totally get him out of there. I agree with you, Josh. I'm also like, I'm going to say something. I'm not like big on Bridges in Last Picture Show.
I hate to admit it, I do kind of agree, but I think I like him more than Leonard Frey.
Yes, that's it's like it's
Yeah, if we're
but
only
you're-
taking out two.
if we're only taking out two.
Yeah.
We're not bombing this thing.
No.
No.
But Johnson and Scheider can stay totally. I keep Bridges. Like I mean, I'm not going to get rid of anything.
He's still good, but
Still
I
very
don't
good.
think he's like the best of that
No,
ensemble. you know?
No, I think the people that are in the scenes with him are sadly they're acting circles around this guy. Okay, who are we replacing Frey and Jackal with?
So I have a question I want to ask about category placement.
Oh, here we go.
What do we consider for Gene Wilder?
Yeah, there we
I
go.
consider him supporting because even though he's the titular character here, it's really about Charlie.
I do agree because yeah, it is. I mean, the original book is called Charlie and the Chocolate Factory as well. So Charlie is the main character. We never get a POV from Willy Wonka. He's always seen from the perspective of other people, which to me is what is determinative of what is lead and supporting. It's whose perspective, whose story is it. And this is very clearly Charlie's story. And but because he is a title character, he's so known for the film, I feel like people would think it's a lead, but I wanted to pose a question because I do think it is supporting, but I wanted to know how everybody else felt.
I think it's
I
supporting.
think he's supporting.
I think he's supporting too. I agree with Karen because it's different. Like I think the Burton film is more of a co-lead situation, and honestly, even forgets about Charlie in that film. It's weird. Like both films, actually, when you look at the title, the leads aren't the titular role because there's all that backstory and the dentist shit going on in Burton's version. And then, like, the only time they get it right is with Chalamet because it's like Wonka. Like that's who it is. There's no kid. We're not gonna worry about that just yet. It's Willy Wonka. It's his story. And with this, I mean, like there is the whole, the lead up to it. Like there's like the first 40 minutes of that movie is them trying to find the chocolate bars and Slugworth and all the different kids and going around there. And so, and I think the whole movie, even though Willy Wonka is presenting this grand journey that they're going on, it is all centered on the kids, but primarily Charlie's experience. So I agree with Karen. It's like, I would put him in supporting, and it would be one of the greatest supporting actor nominations ever, because he's kind of perfect in that film. Okay, well, we can just put that spot to bed. We don't have to worry about that. That's very easy, and we can have fun with whoever we want to put in next.
Whatever the other one, whatever the other spot is, because that one's taken.
What was it? Fernando Rey, like I said.
Fernando Rey is great.
It's like so good in that movie. Yeah. Did you guys rewatch French Connection this week?
I did.
I watched it last night. Yeah.
Oh man, it's aged so well. It's such a good movie. Be damned with the ending. I still. It's good. It's just a good movie.
Well, similar to what we were talking about with Westerns and McCabe and Mrs. Miller, I think The French Connection is sort of this time. It's like it comes at a time where we're deconstructing the cop movie too, and you have this gritty New York, and you have bad cops, and you have questionably sort of good cops, the anti-hero cop, and it just. I think the way that it ties in this international, conspiracy and, but centers it in a New York that is really gritty and grimy. And I love movies about New York in the 1970s and just how, like, it really, anyway. I think The French Connection is great.
Yeah, it just
and I co-sign on Fernando Rey.
Has car chases been any better? Like, is this like
because we have laws now.
Shooting laws, like where we can shoot things.
Yeah,
that's this is the thing we'll talk about Friedkin here in a little bit, but like to your point there, Josh, this man didn't give a shit about the law.
Nope.
No,
because that's William Friedkin. Like, we need some more people like that just like, fuck it, I'm going to shoot wherever I want.
Well, I mean, within limits.
No, I'm not going to wait for funding from a state. I'm just going to go do it. I'm just going to go make the movie.
I know.
We'll deal with it in the courts later.
Maybe we don't need the Friedkin who fires a gun on set to get his actors to jump. Like that. Maybe we don't need anymore.
I don't know. It kind of worked. Josh, do you have anybody else you want to consider?
I was gonna throw out Hugh Millais from McCabe and Mrs. Miller, who plays Butler.
Okay.
The hitman who comes out to because I just think about that scene when he's talking to Warren Beatty, and Warren Beatty's just trying so desperately to weasel his way out of it, but he's dealing with somebody who is just not going to give into his BS at all. I really do love him, so that was another one I was thinking of. This isn't an actual suggestion. I know nobody's going to vote for it, but I do have to say that I do like Charles Gray in Diamonds Are Forever, who plays Blofeld. He is the silliest Blofeld, but he's honestly my favorite. I do like his campy nature. Like I said, I know that he's not going to get support, but I just wanted it on the record that the campy Blofeld who shows up in drag at one point is indeed my favorite, which says to me actually a lot about how that character has been used in the movies. That would be my favorite interpretation, but I do like Charles Gray a lot.
Okay. I'm noting that down now. If you're going to say Bed Knobs and Broomsticks, I think David Tomlinson as well should be considered. Throw him out there. So it's just like this ray of energy that kind of is thrown into that film when that happens.
I would also just like to say I love Jack Weston in A New Leaf as the lawyer.
He's so good.
Yes.
And that whole like exchange with like about her estate at the beginning of the film and everything.
Mhm.
Oh, he's so good.
Yeah.
Um, who's the guy that plays the butler? Is it a butler? Is like, or is it's not a
Um.
that plays Math House Butler in the film as well? But it's just
Oh, who
like
was that?
he's like at the beginning of it, he's just like, I'll help you through all this, but like, he's basically like,
Hmm.
till you have, since you have no more money, there's no purpose
Mhm.
for me working here anymore. He's so good in that movie.
Yeah.
I'll throw out our Garfunkel for Carnal Knowledge. You wouldn't think it, but he's fantastic in that film. And there's some scenes towards the end when Nicholson's being absolutely just despicable. And he's really the guy that's sort of like, gets away from this type of behavior and grows up and has a great arc in that film as well. So I would consider him in all this as well. Okay, anybody else I'm gonna throw out here? No, Josh.
Again, not somebody that is going to get votes, but I actually do think Roy Scheider is also very good in Clue.
Yeah.
Okay, he is very good in Clue.
But I think we already know who the other person is.
Can we do double nominees? The Academy can do it now.
We can do whatever we want. Yeah.
I don't know, Josh. You're the rule keeper around here.
I have always had the thought that people should be able to be nominated for 2 spots in the same acting category. We allow it in every other category. It was always stupid that was a rule for acting.
You think that's going to happen this year?
Like 2026?
Yeah. Just going to throw a 26 prediction inside of this 71 podcast.
Maybe. I mean,
could
maybe
happen.
Penelope Cruz, maybe Sandra Hüller.
Yeah, why not?
We'll see.
Let them do it. I say more the merrier.
I do too. I have no problem with it.
Yeah. I just don't want to. Okay, I'm just going to say this. And this is like a conversation for this year that I'll say. It can't just be white actors that get the double nominations in the categories and stuff, because that happens a lot of the time. It happens a lot. I think the last time we had a person get in the lead in supporting was Scarlett Johansson. Before that, it was Jamie Foxx. I don't remember when the first time that was before or after that, but regardless, it's very rare. And now that you've opened up the door for this, like, I'm just saying, not.
We would hope.
We would hope. We hope this means that you can nominate a lot of people, the same people. I don't know. Could also lead to people just being lazy. It also then gives the vote splitter people out there that believe in that stuff like another thing to have on their belt if that happens. Anyway, it's beside the point. We'll talk about that this year. Okay, so we're Gene Wilder and Fernando Rey?
I am.
Josh?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yep, I agree.
Okay, Josh. Well, and we'll put him in with Johnson, Bridges, and Scheider. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to give my vote to Gene Wilder. I think that's. He's Willy Wonka. He's Willy Wonkering all around that film. He's Willy Wonkering up and down and all around. He would get the win to me. Okay, he would get the win for the tunnel sequence, which is one of the greatest sequences in a children's film of all time, because it is absolutely fucking terrifying. And if anyone knows, I am an advocate for scary things being in children's movies more than just about anybody.
Yeah. Although, to be honest, I was never scared by that as a kid. And I don't know why necessarily.
Oh, Josh.
I was. I do
still
not
kind
have.
of freaks me
It's
out.
creepy.
I know,
in the grand scheme of that whole film, it's like, it's so fucking weird to be in there.
It is weird, but I think I don't know. Like, I was also a kid that watched Return to Oz all the time and was never traumatized by that either. I think I just liked.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I think I just liked darker, messed up stuff as a kid. And so that scene, it was just like wild and crazy, but I never got like, oh, I'm terrified to watch this moment. That never affected me that way.
Oh, I was never terrified, but it always creeped me out in a fun way.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. into the mind of Josh's childhood here a little bit on this episode. All right. Josh, who do you give it to?
Yeah, I'm picking Gene Wilder. I mean, his interpretation of Willy Wonka has to walk this very interesting line where he is very fun, but there is this sinister side that you can't quite figure out, and it keeps you on your toes. And I know he's mentioned that in talking about portraying that character, and it is just magnificent. There's a reason why it has stood the test of time, and I absolutely would vote for Gene Wilder here.
They said they might not be able to get the Wonka sequel right up and running right now because Chalamet's too busy.
Yeah, well, I feel like Chalamet is. I don't.
He
think
can make
wants to do
100
that.
of them, right? And he'll never be Gene Wilder. Like Johnny Depp could.
No,
He couldn't even do it. This is 101.
well, I don't know what Johnny Depp was trying to be, but he wasn't trying to be Gene Wilder.
He's trying to be Michael Jackson.
I mean, there was that. Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Yeah, we know what he was trying to do.
Jafar Jackson as Johnny Depp as Willy Wonka. If they can't get Chalamet to do it, it's right there.
Okay, I would maybe watch that.
Dude, what I'm saying is I should own Warner Brothers. And because I have great ideas like that. And then Josh and I would buy the Bond franchise from Amazon and I let Josh run that.
Please, yes.
And then Dev Patel would be James Bond. And then he would fire Denis Villeneuve tomorrow. So see,
if I was running things, yeah.
See, I'm telling you, we could run a really good studio. Karen's like, I'm liking the sound of all this.
Some of this is good.
Karen, who's your winner?
Dear Ben Johnson, please send your Oscar to Gene Wilder's Family Estate.
There you go. A clean sweep. It just feels right to do that. It's also like the most iconic character of the year, right?
Oh, yeah.
Or one of them.
One of the most iconic iconic characters from studio musical era, from the 70s,
Is it it's the role he was known for? Like if you think of Gene Wilder, you think of.
Yeah, that's the first. Yeah. If you're just thinking of characters, it's the first one that comes to my mind.
Yeah.
That or Young Frankenstein, I guess.
Yeah, that would be the 1-2 for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so good in that movie. Okay.
Yeah, I know. We already talked about 1974, though. I know. We can't go down that
way. Do we nominate him in 74?
Probably. I think so. I can't remember.
We gotta go back. You know what?
I was there.
Josh, we gotta write this stuff down.
I thought you did write it down.
I do, but I got all these scraps of paper. I'm putting it in notebooks now.
Okay, but I'm just saying, like you just said, we gotta write this down. Isn't that your job?
I know, but I had them all in like loose papers, and now I'm gonna go back and rewrite it all.
We should do down. Like a master list. That is for sure.
Yeah. And then we should put it on like on the website, IMDb, something like that. Okay, Karen.
Yeah.
Supporting actress.
For actress in a supporting role, we have our winner, Cloris Leachman, for The Last Picture Show, Anne Margaret for Carnal Knowledge, Ellen Burstyn, The Last Picture Show, Barbara Harris for Who is Harry Kellerman, and why is he saying those terrible things about me? And Margaret Leighton for The Go-Between.
Gotta tell you, that was still the best title that was read during the tier ranking episode. Might be of all time, honestly, on all the
possibly.
I thank you for letting me get to be the one to read it today.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
That being said, I was not able to track it down and watch it. So
you didn't go sailing this week?
On
the seven seas?
I maybe tried.
Okay, that's fair. I'll give you that. Okay. Josh, who do you want to kick out?
Well, because I look at this category, and what I know is that for me, the top three are Leachman, Burstyn, and Anne Margaret. Those are the top three for me.
Going anywhere?
Yeah. So I'm indifferent about the other two. Mm-hmm. To be honest, I didn't really have a deep bench in supporting actors when I was looking into the category. And so if there is a lot of passion out there for other people and there's a lot of room to kick out both of the other nominees, that's fine with me. But as I said, just in my own digging, I this was the one acting category that for me I didn't really go too deep with people that I was passionate about.
Okay. Well, do we want to just yellow those two to start? And then we can come back. I mean, it would be very rare for us not to replace anybody. Um, I
Well,
mean,
did you have a lot of people on your
we
list of
had a
consider-
couple of people.
Yeah, all right. Then I mean if you're passionate, then go ahead.
Yeah, I wanna throw out Julie Dawn Cole for as Veruca Salt
She was on my list.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
good one. Yeah.
because I always was just like, man. Well, one, she gets a musical number.
Yeah.
None of the
That's
other
true.
kids get a musical number in that film,
Good point.
and a justified demise. You know, just gonna point it out there and say it. Like, and also her dad in that film too, of like being just an absolute, just like he's just so anything you want, darling. You know what I mean? And their dynamic's very good. But she's got a lot of great one-liners throughout the film. But she gets the "I want it now" moment, which I think is one of my favorite moments in the film.
Yeah. By the way, Ryan, you mentioned her dad. The actor who plays her dad is Roy Kinnear. Does that name mean anything to you?
Uh, he's is he like in a Bond movie I don't know about, or
His son
is
is
it?
Rory Kinnear, who is in the Bond films.
That was going to be my guess.
There we go.
Yeah.
I was like, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, he plays Bill Tanner, who's like M's assistant
There you go.
in the Bond films.
That's right. And he's also like, I don't know if you guys watch The Diplomat, but he's on The Diplomat,
Mm,
and he plays like the British Prime Minister on that show.
yeah.
I watch anything that Kerry Russell's in, so it's
Yeah, but his dad is Veruca's father.
that's very cool. So what you're saying is he's nepotism.
Yeah.
Now,
Yet
anytime I
another
watch
Nepo
him now,
baby.
you just
Yeah.
threw another nepo baby at me, Josh. Damn it! I was like, wow, what a great actor. He's been great for all these years and all this stuff. Nope, nepo the whole time. No, nepo babies are fine if they're good. If they're not,
Yeah.
then
Exactly.
they're Gracie
It
Abrams.
still takes
Exactly.
talent, just like
You know?
everything else.
Well, it doesn't take talent; it just takes a lot of money. Then, I mean,
You still need to be talented. I do think that is.
Josh, I'm
In
watching.
order to really
I've
make
seen
it, yeah.
Gracie Abrams album sales. You do not have to be popular or talented.
My counter
have
to
to have
that
a
is
lot of
always
money.
my counter to that though has always been, do you know that Steven Spielberg has a son who has been in multiple movies?
Really?
Probably don't know that. And if Steven Spielberg cannot get his own children a successful acting career, it tells you that you still need a little bit of talent.
That's
to-
like Michael
to-
Jordan's kids playing basketball, and they weren't very
Yeah.
good. You know, it's
Exactly.
just like,
So
hey,
it goes.
it's just how it goes sometimes. Karen, you got
But yeah,
some?
Cole for
Um,
Willy Wonka, I would absolutely. She was on my list.
I love that. I think that's great. I would say Norma Crane for Fiddler on the Roof. And I know this movie is not great, but I love Jessica Walter in Play Misty for me.
Oh,
See, she was on my lead consideration.
Is she? Because I feel like that's his story, and that's why I have her as supporting. But I can be open to lead. That's fine.
I guess because I figured like it is his story, but she's like a driving force within that narrative. Like it is still like, it's he's the main character, but she enters into it and jumpstarts the actual like plot for that film. And so I kind of felt like it was somewhat balanced between the two, but that's where I was kind of thinking. But either way, I would want her in no matter what category.
Mhm.
is Vanessa Redgrave for the Devils? Is she supporting her lead? I can't remember.
See, that was another one I had in for
Yeah.
lead.
I thought she
But-
was lead, yeah.
Yeah.
I still say it's kind of you can go either way on it. I thought, but we'll save it for the lead conversation.
I'm fine
Um,
with lead. We can save that
okay.
one.
Okay. Anybody else?
Mhm.
Or we're gonna move Walters to the lead. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I'm writing all this down, Josh. Just so that I
Okay.
remember this.
That's good. Ryan, what do you think about Jill St. John and Diamonds Are Forever?
Glad she got a role.
Okay.
Diamonds Are Forever was not one of my favorites. It's not one of my favorites.
We've had this conversation before. I have grown to like that movie a lot more than you.
Yeah, it's a tough era. You know, that one's the tough one from Connery to me. It's towards the tail end.
See, I would watch it before I would rewatch You Only Live Twice, though. I think that one's
Oh
so
no. Which one? You only live twice. Is that the one in Japan?
Yes.
No, I'd watch that one in heartbeat. I think that movie's crazy. That one's insane.
Yeah, where he does Asian face. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
best makeup winner right there.
Yeah.
That movie. No, I think that movie's okay. One, you're not giving the context. He has to do that to disguise himself from Blofeld and everybody there. But the ending to that movie
doesn't matter because they don't even acknowledge it.
But the ending rocks. That movie's ending rocks, dude. Where they're in the chamber and everything. I mean, like that's the ending that essentially was mimicked in Austin Powers, right? If I'm not mistaken, like it's like almost like volcano and all shit. It's great.
Connery's so boring in that movie. He looks like he wants to be anywhere else.
I just like that movie. I don't know. No, I think he's in it. Well, I mean, it's not the best. It's not like
it might be the worst. It's my least favorite.
No, the worst one's the one that's not the Broccoli's. That when he got kicked out for Roger Moore. Well, that technically counts.
No, it doesn't.
He played a character named James Bond, did he not? Your Honor.
I'm sorry, Karen.
That's the worst one for me for Connery. Though Thunderball
is also boring.
Bad. That's
the same story.
You can't see anything under that water when they're fighting with the harpoons.
Yeah.
It's one of the worst shot Bond movies ever.
I don't like it. That was
very sorry, Karen. We're having this.
It's okay. You guys don't want to know my opinion on James Bond.
Wait, so Karen, are you saying that you would want to get rid of the franchise and not have it come back?
I'm fine with them not bringing it back, but I really liked Roger Moore as James Bond.
Oh, that's fine. He's got campy era.
Yeah, that's the James Bond era that I
want them to see. This is why the Villeneuve casting makes me mad, or an announcement, not casting him, or I guess casting him as the director. It's because I know that movie's not going to be fun.
Yeah.
That man doesn't have a fucking fun bone in his body.
Nope.
He's just trying to be Christopher Nolan.
He takes everything so serious. He's very French Canadian.
Yeah. It's just like, the cinema must be important. And it's just like, no, it's like this franchise is fun. You're not seeing the guy in the jetpack and, and
after the Craig movies, which I do love, but like not a bounty of, laughs in those movies. So
I think like weirdly unintentionally the last two kind of get into that because they're so messy that they get into like almost camp territory, but like
they're so
serious.
But that's like laughing out of like a reflex because I'm in pain.
It's literally the Leonardo DiCaprio I'm pointing at the screen. Like I get the reference, you know what I mean? Yeah. But it's not really good. Okay, we got to settle on people here. Okay, so we have Cole for Chocolate Factory. And Norma Crane was mentioned for Fiddler on the Roof. Are we good with that? Is there anybody else we want to mention real quick?
Who is Norma Crane again?
Golda.
All right, yeah. Oh yeah, I did like her. Actually, Fiddler on the Roof, this was my blind spot that I caught up with. I had never seen it before.
Thoughts?
It was good. I enjoyed it.
All right.
It is good.
Josh, I'm so surprised because I thought you were just like the biggest Norman Joseph fan out there. It feels like a director, you've got all the films on the shelf,
I mean, I like his movies.
He just feels like one of those guys. Like he feels like the biggest template for director for hire is him.
Sure,
that's not a bad thing. I'm just saying.
I do think Fiddler on the Roof has a little bit more style than just like an anonymous director, though.
Can I say one thing?
Mm.
And I'm going to bring this up, and you guys know how much I love this movie. Is Julie Christie supporting in that film, even though she's the titular role? Can we have that conversation?
She does feel supporting, if I'm being honest.
Karen, you're the newcomer this week to this. What did you think
Yeah, I mean, I'm very much one that doesn't think that titular role automatically means you are the lead. And yeah. I think that this is a good example of that.
Okay.
I mean, it is, but when we talk about people that are already nominated for stuff, I just feel like it gets messy.
But you were talking about the fact that, like, we don't have a lot of people to put in here.
So
we could correct this.
If we did that, her, though, being taken out of Best Actress would count as an elimination when we talk about that category.
Technically, we didn't do that when you weren't here for Silence of the Lambs. We took that one out. And the precedent was set that would be taken, put in here, and then we could do two more, and then it got to 3. And it was a loophole because we were fixing category fraud. And
But we also still didn't even do it anyway. We still just stuck with 2.
Correct. We did. And we might only stick to 2 there. But that's the interesting wrinkle.
Yeah, I mean, because quite frankly, even with the Anthony Hopkins thing, I felt like we were rushed into that decision because of the other person on that panel that wanted to do it. And I look back on that and I actually regret how we handled that, to be honest. I don't really like that. I think
to be honest with you, if we took Julie Christie and we put her here, I really only have one replacement of that lineup.
For actress?
Yeah. So it would leave 2 spots.
I
mean, it might have more, but you know,
yeah.
I think it's the right thing to do.
So, like, if you took Christie out, that would be the only one that you would take out of Best Actress?
I would take another person out after.
Okay.
Her. Yeah.
Okay, so we would still have 2 people out.
Yeah.
Okay. We wouldn't be replacing 3.
Yeah, we wouldn't be replacing 3.
Yeah.
I'm not replacing 3.
That's fine.
Okay. Do we want to do Christie and Cole or Christie and Crane?
I would do Christie and Cole.
Cole, yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
Christie, Cole, Leachman, Margaret, Burstyn.
Yeah.
Okay. This is tough. Because now we've thrown Julie Christie here with Cloris Leachman, who I believe was an S tier.
She was.
This is different competition, which, by the way, I will also say Anne Margaret is fantastic in Carnal Knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Love Anne Margaret.
You guys got to get the 4K of that on Criterion. It's great. But I would give this to Julie Christie because she's incredible in that. And that's the type of role, like the whole role itself, her introduction, her command. The final shot is her in that opium den. It's a perfect performance. It's the only one that could beat out Cloris Leachman for me. Josh?
As tempting as it is to vote for Julie Christie, I'm going to stick with Cloris Leachman just because I think her performance is just so impactful to me. And as we said, we declared that an S tier supporting actress win. And even with different competition, I still think about that performance often, and I still have to vote for her.
Comes down to you, Karen. You're the split.
Oh, man. Well, sorry, Ryan. I agree with Josh. That is an all-timer, and I love Julie Christie's performance, but I can't take it away from Cloris Leachman.
Hey. It's okay. I mean, we got the screenplay win. If I got all that today, I don't think Josh would allow that. But I'm not trying to do like a notes on a scandal kind of thing here today. So I'm trying to do an Eric where I'm going to get the
I
whole suite.
still can't believe Notes on a Scandal happened.
Yeah, I can because
I'm so happy.
He made it happen.
God, that won like 3 awards from us. That was crazy.
As it should have.
And yet still doesn't have like a proper Blu-ray out there. Like the influence of the show needs to be get us a Blu-ray of that film.
Yes.
Okay.
Agree.
Karen, can you do Best Actress or Best Actor too, please?
Oh, you want me to do both? Okay. Yes. All right. For actor in a supporting... Wait.
No, Best Actor.
Actor in a leading role. We have our winner, Gene Hackman for The French Connection, Peter Finch, Sunday Bloody Sunday, Walter Matthau for Kutch, George C. Scott for The Hospital, and Topol for Fiddler on the Roof.
I would take Matthau and Scott out.
I agree, except for I just want to switch Matthau's movie.
That's what I'm about to do. That's what I'm about to suggest, Karen.
Yeah, even though I have to say, George C. Scott is one of those actors that, honestly, like, he could read the phone book and I would be captivated. Like, he had such a great screen presence to him, but I'm not married to him, like, being in this lineup for The Hospital either.
He's great in Patton.
Yeah.
He's great in that. He's got his Oscar. Are we going to take that away?
Show up for?
Neither did Paul Newman. Some of the greats never show up for it. Sean Penn didn't show up for it last year.
Yeah, well, George C. Scott like refused because we were in the era when nobody was accepting Oscars.
Well, like Newman was like, I'm tired of going to the ceremony and losing, being told it's my year, and then it was his year.
Yeah,
he just like didn't care anymore, which is kind of great. That's when honestly, that's when you should win. And I know that we want the photos and everything, Josh, but there is something kind of like badass about just not showing up to it.
No, I still don't like that Sean Penn didn't show up.
No, I like it.
No, I still don't like that.
Okay. Are those the two that are out?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Although, Ryan, I'm going to say it again. We got a Bond connection in this category.
Wait, where?
It's Topol.
Topol? What was he? He was in
For Your Eyes Only.
For Your Eyes Only. That's right.
He's the companion in that movie when he goes to Greece, right? The end of that movie takes place in Greece.
Yes.
Yeah.
Josh and I are going to do a whole series sometime soon, where we're just going to do Bond movies.
Can I be on all the Roger Moore ones?
Yes. Was he? So he was your Bond, Karen?
Oh yeah, I love Roger Moore.
Okay. Jay's a Timothy Dalton guy.
My favorite, that tracks.
Those Dalton movies are good. Josh, back me up.
Favorite
they are good.
James Bond movie ever is The Spy Who Loved Me.
It's a good one. I do like it.
Love it.
I like Moonraker.
No.
Nobody likes Moonraker.
I do.
No.
I watched that all the time when I was a kid. Bond in Space? Hell
The only people who say they love Moonraker are those that say they watched it as a kid.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'd watch it right now.
I do love going to Venice and then recognizing all of the scenes that are in Moonraker. That's very fun.
And then you're just like, okay, I'm over it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to start it off. Walter Matthau, a new leaf. Throw him out there. Because he's fantastic in that movie, and that's what he should have got nominated for. So, and his character is, I mean, he just starts off as you just hate him, and then by the movie goes on, his shell softens, and he becomes like he really does love and care for her by the end. That sort of final image of him saving her in the water. I don't know. Or when the people are there taking advantage of her, and he's telling off the gang of people that work at the house in the film there, essentially like, what are your services? And it's very funny because it's like, dude, you're trying to take advantage of her as well, but you're trying to also take care of the people get rid of the people that are taking advantage of her. Like it's a very well written scene, and I love it. Who else? I mean,
I did have Malcolm McDowell in A Clockwork Orange. Because just I did rewatch that movie again, and man, it is just such a like intimidating, scary performance. And I believe that this was one of the inspirations that Ledger drew from when he was
mhm.
playing the Joker, and I think you can absolutely feel that in that performance. So I did have him. I also had Warren Beatty in McCabe and Mrs. Miller just playing just such a pathetic person, but he's so good at it. I really do love him in the film.
I agree. Jack Nicholson and Carnal Knowledge is also somebody I would throw out there
Hmm.
in for consideration. I'd also throw out Clint. Dirty Harry
For
is this
which
year
one?
for Dirty
I was
Harry.
about to say, yeah, which one?
I think
'Cause he was in 3 movies
he's
this
in
year
like
that,
9 movies this year. It's,
well,
you know,
3 big ones. Yeah.
yeah. But I think Dirty
Yeah.
Harry's the one to put him up for it. It's mostly a mention, not you know.
Yeah. Dirty Harry, a movie that I do enjoy, even though I think it is evil.
Yes.
Yeah.
Another movie that I also think is like you could call evil as well as Hoffman and Straw Dogs.
Yeah.
That is a a nasty piece of work there, but I think a fascinating film. Also, Donald
Yeah.
Sutherland and Clute.
I was going to say, I have
Yeah.
Donald Sutherland for Clute.
Like this is a stack category.
Oh yeah, because I also have Oliver Reed in The Devils.
It's because there's so many rich
And
roles for guys. It's not,
yeah.
Karen, do you think they'll
Yeah.
ever get back to that?
you know, someday I hope that white men find their way and start being taken seriously again in Hollywood.
When is the world ever going to get back to that, Karen? Like,
Yeah. They've had it tough.
They've
When
had
is
it
the world
tough.
ever going to get away from that?
Bud Cort for Harold and Maude also is somebody I consider.
Yeah.
I agree with
Mhm.
you, Josh. On the Devils. That's yeah. I mean, we're really
also,
stacking it up here.
I mean, to throw one more, I put Richard Roundtree for
I had
Shaft.
him on my list too.
Great.
Yep. I love Richard Roundtree.
Yep.
So there's a lot of good stuff this year. I'd even throw Michael Caine out there for Get Carter. It's a really good. He's really good in that movie. That's just a fun movie.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
like
it's a lot of people.
that's a lot of people. Okay.
Well, I know who I'm voting for.
Karen, who are your top 2?
My top 2 are Walter Matthau for A New Leaf and Donald Sutherland for Clute.
Okay. Josh, your top 2?
Ooh. I mean, because I think my top 2 were okay. I'm gonna say Beatty
Mm-hmm.
and Roundtree. I think those are actually my top 2.
Damn. That's good, Josh.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Mine would be Beatty and Nicholson. But I also would, if I had a third one, I would go Walter Matthau for A New Leaf. I think that's.
So how about Beatty and Matthau?
I think that's what I want to go with.
Yeah.
But Nicholson's
Yeah,
a
my
big
third would
honorable.
have been Beatty. So
Yeah.
It's like a big honorable mention though. Is Nicholson, who's like the king of the 70s. So, but he's got like Oscars and he's Jack. He's not going to miss one. Okay, so Mathau's just put in the right film, and we put Warren Beatty in with Topple, Finch, and Hackman. Okay, Karen, what you doing? Who are you giving it to?
Man.
This is tough. This is a good lineup.
Yeah.
This is a really good lineup. I think I'm gonna keep it with Hackman.
Really?
Yeah.
Popeye and Little Bill. Those are his wins.
I mean, he's so good in The French Connection.
So good.
And that movie just doesn't work without him. He's so perfect in that role. And I just feel like it's a great lineup, but why take it away from something that's so perfect?
Josh?
I'm going to dedicate this vote to Jay because I'm picking Warren Beatty.
Wow. No.
Like I said, I just think there's something about how like pathetic he is in that movie that, which I know is a point of contention for Jay that he hates that, but I think he does it so well. And the
No,
fact
he
that
loves him in this. He loves him in this. He
okay,
thinks he's
all
perfect
right.
in this.
Yeah,
Because he's probably not directing and writing and all that stuff. He just has to focus on the performance.
well, and I think also because for a lot of his persona has been like this doofus who kind of skates by with his charm, but this is the role where he can't do that anymore. Like he tries to, but eventually it runs out. And to watch him try to sustain that even when the ground is crumbling beneath his feet, I just think is such a great showcase of acting from him, and it is one of my favorite performances from him because of that. So yeah, I'm voting for Warren Beatty.
Fuck. Thought you guys would like settle this for me and I didn't have to be the tiebreaker.
No, you're not getting off that easy.
God damn it. This one's genuinely maybe one of the toughest we've ever done because
Yeah.
I agree with Karen. Like well, you guys all know I love Hackman. Like I think Hackman's one of the greatest actors that ever lived, and I just think that when he passed away, we lost something that we're just not going to get back. It's kind of like what we lost with Philip Seymour Hoffman. You lose an actor that can be in anything, do anything, big roles, small roles, cameos, you name it. Comedy, drama, just anything. He could do anything. And I watched this clip this past week. Actually, it was from inside the actor studio, which is something we don't have anymore. It's a real damn shame. And it was Dustin Hoffman and him were really good friends. And Hackman was talking about how him and Hoffman essentially got kicked out after their first semester, or like they were failing their course together. And Hoffman said, "No, let me straighten the record. We didn't get good grades, but he got kicked out because they said he had no talent and out of acting school." And to say that to Gene Hackman, who's like one of the most celebrated actors of the era and of like, his time, is hysterical. So don't always listen to teachers, folks, is what I'm saying. But also listen to your teachers, their kids. But Hackman is phenomenal as Popeye Doyle. And then there's this Warren Beatty guy who I think in McCabe, Miss Miller gives the best performance of his career. It's a perfect performance. Everything Josh said is right. Like, this is America's most eligible bachelor, and he is playing a doofus that is trying and trying and trying to sell a bill of goods until the four horsemen of the apocalypse, until the rent is up, till the time is up. And him just like running away in the snow is just a perfect encapsulation of where that character's at while the town's burning in the background, and the community's coming together, yet he's on his own. And now I have to pick after all that venting and explaining because you two put me here. And I genuinely don't like this, but I think I'm going to take it away from Hackman and give it to Warren Beatty. I'm not thrilled about that. But I know that Hackman has an Oscar for Unforgiven. And I think that that's a perfect winner as well there.
And we did not keep Beatty's Oscar for director. So
what did we do there?
We gave it to Spielberg for Raiders.
Correct. So now we can correct that and it not be a bad thing. Because then we gave Picture to Reds, right? And then
no, I think.
Or did we give it to Raiders too?
I think Raiders was picture director. So
damn, we really just screwed over Reds that day. All right.
Yeah, so we make it up to him here.
Call.
Oh, he still had. We gave him screenplay that day. That's right.
Okay, yeah, that was it. So
he still has an Oscar. He just doesn't have a directing Oscar anymore.
Look, I didn't vote for him, but I'm not mad about it because he really is phenomenal in in McCabe and
I could
Mrs.
watch
Miller.
both of
I
these
agree that
performances
I
every
do
day.
think that it is his best performance.
Yeah.
Because like Altman understood, like this is a pretty guy. That, like it's also like in the vein of like when remember when Clooney used to play like bumbling idiots. Like that's why he's so great in like with the Coen brothers.
Like
Mhm.
Burn
Because
After
he's
Reading.
yeah, and then and Oh
And
Brother
Oh
Without
Brother.
Thou, and even in Intolerable Cruelty, he's like a guy else got power, but he's an idiot. Like they
Yeah.
understood that like that guy looks good. Wouldn't he look good if he was an idiot? You
Yep.
know?
Mm-hmm.
And like Altman understood that perfectly. So all right, Warren Beatty, Jay's favorite actor and director, wins this category for McCabe Miss Miller. Okay. Josh, you know what to do.
Yep. I knew that I was getting Best Actress. Yeah. So for Best Actress, we have Jane Fonda for Clute, who was the winner. Julie Christie for McCabe and Mrs. Miller, Glenda Jackson for Sunday Bloody Sunday, Vanessa Redgrave for Mary Queen of Scots, and Janet Sussman for Nicholas and Alexandra.
Now, Julie Christie is already out of this category because
She's
she was
already
put
out.
in supporting actress, so we don't have to worry about her. I would my pick to take out of this category would be Janet Sussman, who's
Yes.
I'm just gonna say that movie sucks. Like
It's so boring.
it's
Yeah,
so
it's not good.
boring. Some people are like revere it as like, oh, it's one of the last great epic. It's terrible.
No,
It's bad. It's boring, and it's also like
So long.
I was watching it because this was another
Still
one that
going
actually
right now.
I'd never seen it. This was the first time watch for me, but I was also struck by like, okay, so our main character that we're following here is like this entitled monarch who can't accept that his people want something different and is acting really selfish right now. And this is the guy that we're like kind of rooting for. Like I just it was very bizarre to me to be like, this
Remind you
is
of
our
anybody,
main
Josh?
character. Well, but like the fact that this is our main character that we're supposed to have some sympathy towards, I just found it like baffling storytelling. I did not like that movie. And
I just also think the movie looks cheap,
it does look a bit cheap.
and it looks so like it took all like like if a studio hadn't made an epic of
Mhm.
of like in this period or whatnot, and they're like, hey, do you guys got like the $10 left in the budget under the cushion? Yeah, do you mind if we just use that money to make this 3-hour film? Because all of it's just is
Yeah.
rough.
I did not like it. No.
I do think the fact that he's such an entitled idiot is part of the point that of the story they're trying to tell. I just don't think that it works. I don't think that it's done well enough. Because I agree with you, it does feel like we're being asked to sympathize with someone who does not deserve our sympathy. I don't think that it meant to be that way.
Well, like
It's
you
not
could
well
make
written,
this.
it's not well
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, you can make it
Mhm.
as a story of like witness this tragic downfall of somebody,
Yeah.
but the filmmaking and storytelling does not present it that way to me. It doesn't
Correct,
feel
yeah.
like we're witnessing a cautionary tale. It just feels like we're watching a main character play out in these scenes, and by the very basic nature of
Mhm.
how you watch movies, you are identifying or should be identifying with that person,
Yeah.
and the film doesn't do anything to counter that perspective.
I mean, talk about a film from this year that I would love to see get remade in
Yeah.
the modern era. I think this would be one of those because of the fact that it does have so much resemblance to things that we're seeing in the current world. I think that it would be a really good allegory for where we're at now and a cautionary tale. And it could be done really, really well. I mean, the fall of the
Mhm.
Romanovs is a fascinating story. The
Mhm.
what happened to like the
Yeah.
entire family getting wiped out, like there's a tragedy there, even though there was also an inevitability to it. There's a big tragedy there, and I think that could be done so well if it was made now.
I totally agree. And yet,
And I would like to remove the
Yes.
Janet Sussman.
Thank you very much. I will also say this. We're not removing her from the category, but it is funny, like, okay, when you watch like Sunday Bloody Sunday and Clute and McCabe Miss Miller, you watch those films from those three actresses. The way they look, the way they're shot, The way those characters are very, even if one's in a period piece, they're very modern. They're very forward. They're very of the time. And then you want, and also the movies just look incredible. Like, you say what you want. I like say what I want about Sunday Bloody Sunday. The movie still looks great, you know. And then you watch Mary Queen of Scots and Nicholas and Alexandra, and you're like, wow, we really stopped making good looking period pieces because they all look like sets made out of paper mache. Like they really do. And you can tell when you're watching them, like when you watch certain scenes with and the makeup and the costumes, and like everything feels like the budgets are slowly like going away, and the studios are going away from making movies like that, and they're going towards the more experimental, and they're going towards more contemporary, and they're going away from this old style that's been dominated in film for such a long time. But I do agree with you, Karen. Like these two are interesting stories, especially Nicholas and Alexandra. Like that's a story that like should be remade, and hopefully somebody does it with a stellar eye and attention to detail. Because this movie, man, it's just like, golly, is it boring. Anyway, she's out. Chrissy's out. We got 2 spots. And I'm assuming Elaine May is going to be mentioned.
She's on my list. And we've already talked about Jessica Walter. So
okay,
those are my 2.
Josh?
I was also going to mention Ruth Gordon in Harold and Maude. I was going to throw her out. I don't know if we want to consider a double up for somebody, but Vanessa Redgrave in The Devils was somebody else.
Yeah, man. She's really good at that. You didn't see, I didn't get to see the restoration at Cannes, but it's going to come out soon.
Yeah, it's coming out in theaters. I can't wait. That movie is insane. And
what a wild film. I think it's going to play at Toronto.
I think it is at TIFF. Yeah.
Yeah. Which, I mean, like, that's kind of a perfect film for that audience out there. I highly just hope that is it just Warner's just distributing the film, right? So they're going to have physical media rights on that. All right, cool. Maybe maybe we talk about that. That would be fun. That'd be a fun film on the show to talk about. I agree with Karen on Elaine May. Like that's a great. That would be who I put up.
I love her.
And you said Walters for.
It's just one Walter.
Walter, sorry.
Yeah.
For
Play Misty for me.
Mm-hmm. I think I would go Elaine May, and I'm gonna go with Ruth Gordon. That's gonna be my 2. I think she's fantastic in that film. And I like that movie. I like Ashby. Do you like Ashby, Josh?
I love Hal Ashby.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of his, especially for his 70s work.
Yes. Talk about another director that, like, I really don't think he gets enough mentions as one of the.
I don't think he does. I think he is actually kind of underrated when we talk about our 70s directors.
Yeah, it's because like all the bros take all the big directors, you know.
I get it, I do, but you look at his filmography that decade, and I think it is just filled with
great,
exceptional movies. Yeah,
it is. It's also some very different movies.
Doesn't make the same film. Yeah,
he does not. Yeah, and I think that's one of the interesting things about him.
He's versatile, which not a lot of people are. Some people just know how to make one thing.
Yeah,
they're good at making that one thing. And then other people are like him. So, okay. Are we good with Karen? Are you good with Elaine May from you and me? And then Josh and I get Ruth Gordon and we have those two?
I'm fine with that.
All right. Look at us compromising today. This is how America should be.
I'm just happy Elaine May is in there. Honestly, I don't care what else happens.
May is in there. Gordon's in there with Redgrave, Jackson, Fonda. Josh, who are you giving it to?
I mean, it's Jane Fonda. Like one of the greatest best actress wins, in my opinion. I think she is incredible in that film. Yeah, it to me it's very easy vote for Jane Fonda.
Karen?
It's not even a question. Of course, it's Jane Fonda.
It's Jane Fonda. She went up on that stage and she didn't go political. But then she then went on with the rest of her filmography in the 70s to make statements with her work. And I mean, Coming Home is her other one is a perfect example of the statement that she wanted to make. And she's a legend.
Ashby.
Yes. Speaking of Ashby, she's amazing. She's one of the great actresses of all time. And this is an all time. This was an S tier when we did that exercise last year for me. And from, just a great performance. She's great opposite Sutherland. She has those moments towards the end where it's that monologue. She's fantastic. Pakula, another underrated director of the era. I know that he gets a lot of praise for All the President's Men, but I think that this movie's, as time has gone on, this movie's just as good as that film, in my opinion. He really know how to tap into paranoia better than just about anybody else. So, a box set or something for him too, potentially.
Yeah.
Because he has great work throughout his filmography. Okay. Best director. William Friedkin for The French Connection, Stanley Kubrick, A Clockwork Orange, Norman Jewison for Fiddler on the Roof, Peter Bogdanovich for The Last Picture Show, and John Schlesinger for Sunday Bloody Sunday. What do you guys want to do here?
I think my first out would be Norman Jewison for Fiddler on the Roof.
I agree. Then I
wouldn't, but I'm, that's fine.
Karen, who would you take out?
I mean, the only one that I would take out is Kubrick, only because I haven't seen that movie.
That's fair.
See, I think this also just speaks to, for me, that this is actually a pretty good director lineup.
I think it's a great director lineup.
Yeah.
Well, I got to replace at least one, maybe two.
I have two that I would really love to be in the lineup. So, yeah.
I would kick out Jewison and John Schlesinger. That's who I would do. Sorry, Josh. I would,
tough. It's honestly, it's tough either way because I do love Schlesinger, but
you know what? I'll say this: I'll kick out Kubrick if you're wanting to do it. Because again, I'm not like the biggest. If you want to keep Sunday Bloody Sunday in there, I'll keep it in there for you, Josh. But I'll kick out Kubrick.
Here's what I will say though, and again, this is me willfully choosing not to see it. I do think it's very cool because I know what it is. I've seen scenes from it. I do think it's very cool that the Academy supported it the way that they did. And I think it's cool that it gets nominated for Best Picture and Best Director.
Yeah. I still think I would lean towards having Kubrick stay in.
Okay.
To be honest, like,
even if Bogdanovich in?
Oh, yeah. I would keep Bogdanovich. Right. Yeah. It would be Schlesinger who I would cut. It's painful, but again, even lesser Kubrick is still like masterwork to me. And there are certain scenes in that movie where it's just, I get reminded of just how brilliant of an artist he was. And like, he could even just have a scene play out for a couple minutes where one character is just standing in the frame a particular way, but it's still so invigorating to watch. And as much as I do love the work on Sunday Bloody Sunday, I still think I would lean a little bit more towards keeping Kubrick.
And I just want to remind you, Ryan, that even though I said I would, out of this group, I would vote for Kubrick on here, I did abstain from all Clockwork Orange voting. So don't count that.
I count Karen's
So
vote.
basically, I'm voting.
I always count your vote, Karen. How dare you try to not let me count it? For the record, I count Karen's votes all the time.
Thank you.
I am an ally of all voices.
Thank you.
You will never be silenced on this podcast unless it's a little too loud, because it's a little too much. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. I agree. And you know what? Karen made good points, even though she abstained. She made great points. And to me, I just don't go back to it a lot, Josh. And I know, because it is a tough movie.
It is. And I did say that, like, even if it's a movie, I agree, I probably don't revisit a ton. I am still kind of working off of a nostalgia with it too, because it was my favorite film for a while. So.
I just also wanted to, people are listening, rough the feathers a little bit,
Well, we kicked it out of screenplay, so
yeah, that's true. We kick it out. I'm not kicking it out of everywhere. I'm just saying, it's a little fun. Let's shake it up a little bit. Yeah. All right. So Norman Jewison's out. Schlesinger's out. Who are we replacing him with?
Well, I would throw out Robert Altman.
Oh, I just wanted to hear it from Josh, especially. It's just been a good day. Like I think I'm going to get a Powerball ticket tonight. Like
enjoy it for this episode, because it ain't going to be repeated very often. So.
You know what though? I'll take it when I get them, man. I'll take it when I get them.
Now, this is the only Robert Altman movie that I do genuinely love, and
really?
I think that, yeah,
not even like The Player.
I don't like.
I love The Player. The Player's so good.
Not even like Gosford Park. When we talk about that, didn't you like that?
Well, remember, Gosford, he is not my main problem with Gosford Park. That's more of a Julian Fellows problem. Yeah. But it still is a movie that I don't love. But it is more of Julian Fellows because of that.
Okay. I like Gosford Park too.
Karen likes all.
See, I don't like Downton Abbey.
I do. I like a lot of. Oh, I love Downton Abbey.
Yeah. See, I watched the first season of Downton Abbey and hated it so much that I got through I'm done.
I got through 3 seasons of Downton Abbey, and then Dan Stevens left.
Yeah.
And then I just was like, okay, I'll get back to it. And I never got back to it, but I always wanted to finish. I always wanted to finish it just because I hate not finishing things. So I might go back to it.
And then Matthew Good comes along.
Oh, well, I do love Matthew Good. There's nothing bad about that. The only good things about Good. We should get him in more things. Why isn't he not in everything?
Be in all the things.
Yeah. You know what he should do? Sorry, Karen, to cut you off.
Okay. I'm just trying to keep us back on track.
They should get Matthew Good to play the new Professor X. That's who they should get to do it. If anyone's going to play Professor X, it should be him. He would be great, bald, skinny, in that chair. He'd do a great job. Because they're kind of going with
it'd be fun to see him play Magneto.
That would be good.
I would take any opportunity to just watch Matthew Good. To look at him for a couple hours, I'm fine with that.
I just don't think Sarsgaard and Tom Pelphrey are the right choices. If those are the rumored choices, I just don't think those are right. And I just,
it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
I want a British guy.
Yeah.
I want, yeah, come on. All right. Sorry, Karen.
All right. So I also had Altman. I had 3 possibilities on my list. I had Altman. I had Elaine May, of course, because I love her. And Mel Stewart for Willy Wonka.
Josh, who did you have?
I also had Ken Russell for The Devils.
And see, this is what I was going to do. I was going to kick Kubrick out. I was going to Ken Russell in, but we already have the cool pick. You
can have more than one cool pick if you want.
Not with this Academy. This is 1971, sir.
This is our Academy, though.
I know.
Ken Russell was a legitimate madman, and I wish he was still around because he was a crazy person. But God, his movies were just.
Josh, do you think that would be a good series for me and Jay to do?
I think so.
Yeah. He's got some big films.
He does.
That would be fun in the summer. Kind of like Verhoeven picked up the mantle of doing weird shit.
I think there were some crazy movies that he made.
That would be pretty good. Karen, have you seen The Devils?
I don't think I've seen that one actually.
Oh, okay, we'll watch it together when
it was hard to
DVD.
find for a long time.
Yeah, it's a demented movie.
Yes.
In the best sense of the words.
I mean,
like it rocks. It's gnarly. It's out there. You know,
it's insane. It is literal insanity.
I couldn't recommend it more to you.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Ken Russell, so I wouldn't expect it to be anything less than insane.
It's actually just a tame British drama watch. And we're just like underplaying it to you the whole time.
Sure.
Or overplaying it, I guess.
Yeah.
No, it's fantastic. It's a vision. Right, Josh?
Oh, yes.
It's a vision.
It is singular and unique.
I would vote for. I don't know. I would vote for Robert Altman, Bob Altman.
What?
Bobby
I'm
Altman.
shocked.
And I'm going to stay consistent. I would vote for Elaine May.
I think
in A New Leaf.
That was very obvious. Those were going to be the two. Yeah.
Yay.
But Josh, come back to me in a couple minutes when we're talking about Picture for the Devils. We'll have a conversation. I think that those are the two. But I agree with the Willy Wonka. I think Mike Nichols, Elaine May's counterpart. I think Carnal Knowledge is great. I think I've said that enough today. I think Sam Peckinpah and Straw Dogs. That's
he was on my short list.
That's great. Pakula and Clute. I mean, we really got some. It's really got some great films.
Yeah,
Ashby,
good options.
Yep.
Is this the year of THX or is that next year?
I think it is this year.
Yeah,
that's right there. Lucas that film was. Yeah, I don't need to really say much more than that. That's a great movie in my opinion. Yeah. Okay. Let's go Elaine May. Let's go Robert Altman. William Friedkin, Stanley Kubrick, Peter Bogdanovich. That's a pretty deep lineup.
Yeah.
That's pretty deep. Oh, this is tough. This is really tough. Because Altman's not an accredited screenwriter on McCabe and Mrs. Miller. He did, that's though. Right. He did rewrite all that script.
Yeah, but he wouldn't get the Oscar.
But he does not give the credit to himself. He does that shit all the time, and it bugged me. But then there's William Friedkin. William Friedkin, man. It's such a perfect win for him. Would he ever get back here? Would we ever get him back here, Josh? Is the question. We'll get Altman back. I think we did give Altman it for Nashville, if I'm not mistaken. Or did we give it to Spielberg for Jaws?
No, we gave it to Kubrick for Barry Lyndon.
That's right, we did. Because we gave it to Kubrick's best. Right? I'm going to go Robert Altman. I'm not thrilled about it. Because I don't think French Connection's William Friedkin's best. I think that's Sorcerer. Which is a masterpiece.
That's 77, right?
Yeah, we got time.
Yeah, but the director conversation for 77 is going to be intense, though.
That's going to be next year, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll have a fun time next year to talk about that.
Yeah.
Because it's William Friedkin. Sorcerer. It's a pretty good movie. Karen, director, who would you give it to?
I feel like I have to say Robert Altman.
You don't have to say Robert Altman. You can go with whatever.
No, in my heart, I feel like my heart is telling me I have to say.
Okay.
Not you guys. You're not influencing this decision at all.
That's true. I've known Karen for a long time. I know I have no influence over her whatsoever.
That is absolutely true.
And I'm okay with that. But just when our tastes line up, it's always great.
Yeah.
It's a surprise always, I got to admit. When we're like on the same page about something, I'm like, wow, okay.
Right. Sometimes you're correct.
And sometimes you are too. And then you know what? And when we're both together on this, it's just like, you know what? Then I guess the rest of the world could shut the hell up. Because if we both can agree on it, that's a masterpiece right there, folks. Or if it's bad and we both agree on it, maybe
Which also does happen.
Maybe hang it up That's what Karen and I are saying. That's what the grading system is. It's never anything in between. Karen and I never talk about things in the gray. We only talk about masterpieces and terrible, terrible films.
Yeah, we either love it or we hate it. Those are the rules.
Yes. That's the rules of film criticism.
Yes.
You can't have a nuanced opinion on things.
No.
Especially online. Are you crazy?
I have to either love the Odyssey or flat out despise it.
Yep.
I can't have
only
problems
options.
with it.
It's either the best or the worst.
It's either the best thing he's ever did or he's a hack.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, Christopher Nolan. Josh.
Well, Ryan, I'm glad you're sitting down because I'm voting for Robert Altman.
Wow.
Hot damn. Altman got a sweep today. Josh, it's not even my birthday and you're being this nice. Like, what are we talking about here? This is great.
I'm telling you, like, McCabe and Mrs. Miller is like the one movie of his that everything kind of clicks together for me. And just the way that he explores that world that's so grimy and filthy. And it's like, this is the West that we tend to idolize. But nope, it's just disgusting and dreary. And you're just living in this darkness. And oh, I love it so much.
The world's terrible.
Yes.
And our country sucks. And Josh is like,
country sucks. The people that we think are heroes are actually spineless cowards, and the villains win, and everybody's miserable. I love it.
Josh, you understand.
It's brilliant.
You finally understand now, Josh. You get it.
Yeah.
Took you so long to understand Robert Altman.
For this one movie. I just need that to be clear. You get a gift for this year, and that's it.
I don't know, Josh. I think we're going to turn you around. Maybe we do an Altman series again, and we get you on fully on board. What do you think?
Well, unless it's talking about McCabe and Mrs. Miller, I will bypass it.
Okay. Well,
I don't think Jay wants to hear me complain for 2 hours about an Altman movie.
that's fair. But you had to hear him complain 2.5 hours about Interstellar, your favorite Nolan film, or one of your favorite Nolan films. So
now he held back, which coward is what I would say to that. I heard that Interstellar joke he made on the Dunkirk episode that he didn't say to my face. I heard that.
And I called him out on it.
Yep.
So you can't get mad at me for
I
that.
did too. I sent him a text.
Oh yeah. I was on that text thread. It was great. People don't think that we don't listen or we don't talk behind the scenes here. There is constant chatter all the time. No one is going unslandered around these parts.
Love it.
All right. Best Picture. The French Connection. A Clockwork Orange. Fiddler on the Roof. The Last Picture Show. In the movie about to be eliminated, Nicholas and Alexandra.
Yeah.
We can get that one out of here.
Absolutely. Like, that's not even a question.
Okay, so we can get that out of here.
Yep.
What else are we kicking out?
I'm actually okay with getting rid of A Clockwork Orange, actually. I think that Kubrick still staying in director is, like, that to me is the reward enough for it. I'm good with that. But in picture, I'm okay to let it go.
Yeah. I'm okay getting rid of Fiddler.
I really love Fiddler on the Roof, but I'm also okay with that because of what I suspect we might be voting in. So
yeah.
So
I think those would be the three.
Those are the three that are out.
Yeah.
So obviously we're gonna put McCabe and Miss Miller into the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
So we have two So we have 2 other films.
I want to swap out one musical for another, Willy Wonka.
And then I would like to nominate The Devils. Because I want to put this crazy fucking movie in here. That's my 2 cents on that.
The Devils was on my list. I had
my other
Clute also. Yeah.
Oh, Clute. Shit. And then A New Leaf. And then Carnal Knowledge.
Yeah.
And
I thought A New Leaf was going to be your number 1, Karen, to get in here.
You would think
we got her in.
Yeah, I mean, I got Elaine May in like 3 different places, so 2 different places, so I'm good.
She's learning from Eric. She's picking her spots.
Yeah.
We all got to pick our spots. Today I'm doing great. You know, I'm gonna walk out of here very happy. Whatever we do from this point on, I kind of want to do the Devils.
I mean, I would be in support.
Josh, you want to do like a wild film?
Yeah,
I
would do that.
Anytime Josh and me and a third are on, we get to put a wild film in here. We like when we get to about 5 or 6 people, like the wild choices don't get to go out there nearly as much. No. We get to have the wild stuff. Karen, I guarantee you, when the film comes out later this year and you go to a theater, because you should watch it in a room full of people with this one. It's a communal experience. I think you'll appreciate the vote.
Okay, so you're picking that over Clute.
Well, we have 3.
We have
right?
3.
Well, we already know McCabe and Mrs. Miller.
McCabe is in.
I'll put Willy Wonka in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying Willy Wonka, Willy Wonka, McCabe, the Devils. Because I kind of like the idea of the craziness of the Devils. Because, like, think about anytime we ever do these Best Picture lineups. Okay.
I wasn't criticizing. I was just clear.
No, but hear me out. I always think of like the AMC theater. You know what I mean? When they do the Best Picture showcase.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine like a family of 4?
And they do like the weirdest collection, like the weirdest awarder.
Yes. They do them in like, how does this make sense? Like, why is Dune Part 2 the matinee? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So French Connection, McCabe, Miss Miller, right? And the Last Picture Show. And then a family of 4, maybe the kids are like, 10, 11 years old. And they watch Willy Wonka because they're like, oh, that's great. What's the next film, honey? The Devils from Ken Russell. I think it's just great in my head of like seeing that family walk out of that theater broken and in despair. Like, like watching them be like their DNA has been altered in such a fun way. Kind of like that they've been on the water ride with Willy Wonka the entire time for like 2.5 hours. Only with just sex and violence thrown at them. Yeah, I think that would be like what I would want for a Best Picture lineup. And that explains 1971 in a nutshell.
I think that would be the grouping that I would pull for too. Yes.
Okay.
Karen, you okay with that?
I'm sure. It doesn't matter, but
we got Willy Wonka in.
Yeah.
Yeah, Willy Wonka's there.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Willy Wonka, the Devils. By the end of the year, Karen will do the double feature. See the vision. You know what I mean? It's one of those places. Trust the process. I
probably will still say, I can't believe they picked this over Clute.
To be honest, I think that will be your opinion. I know Ryan is doing a great job trying to sell this movie.
Listen, I'm nothing but a great salesman for movies, man. I know Karen though. She's gonna be like, she's gonna text me, "You fucking idiot! Yeah. What are you talking about?" And
I'm doing a valiant effort, Ryan.
And you know what? Yeah. I'll be like, "Thank you for purchasing a ticket and giving it a chance," because you never know. I didn't think she hadn't seen McCabe and Miss Miller this until this week, and she loved it. You never know. You never know.
But Josh, I also like Robert Altman. I'm a big fan.
Well, true.
I wouldn't say I'm a big fan of Ken Russell.
I'm a fan of multiple people.
So like,
no, I'm just kidding. My taste varies.
Anyway.
I think we know the 3 then. I think we're settled on that.
Karen, who's your Best Picture winner?
Well, you want to read just...
Yeah, read off our nominees again.
Well, so that we have it
The official. Devils, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. That's just great. I had to say them back to back. McCabe, Miss Miller, The Last Picture Show, and The French Connection. Karen, who are you giving Best Picture to?
You know what? I'm voting for Willy Wonka.
Great choice.
It's a great choice.
Thank you.
That's
not what I thought I was going to say, but that's what came out. And I like it.
Damn. Because it's probably the most rewatchable film of the 5.
Oh, it's so great.
That until you see the Devils, obviously. Ah, Karen's gonna hate me when she sees that movie. I just know it. All the goodwill of the last couple of years just gone. I'm gonna say I'm gonna keep this with the French Connection. I think
Oh.
I think we've replaced a lot of it today.
We have actually.
I think it
have
is.
we given it any wins?
Nope.
So far,
Nothing's on the board for it. I kind of want to keep it with it. I love that. I mean, Altman's got a prize. He's not going to get another one here. Friedkin's definitely not going to keep the prize. But I love it as someone who loves William Friedkin and going on that series with Jay. This win did wonders for him. This win for picture did wonders for him because it was essentially a ticket for this guy to keep making movies. He was not Spielberg, Scorsese, some of these other directors, even Altman, where he had the trust. And he was William Friedkin. He was a difficult son of a bitch. But he was also, when he had the goods, he was just as good as anybody. And it is still kind of, when you look at it, when you look at his filmography of what he had before, it is crazy that he got so well received by this movie and that this movie was such a hit, and it kind of catapulted him and even Hackman into a different playing field. And I love Altman and I love McCabe and Miss Miller, but there is something about, and that is honestly to me the better film. It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite films of all time, McCabe and Miss Miller. But as Josh knows, I sometimes vote for what I think is the best film, and also sometimes this is about era, it's about moments, and about a career. And I've come to respect that so much for Friedkin over this time. So I would give the French Connection the win and let it stay where it's at. Josh,
Nice.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Well, this is interesting because I was going to vote for McCabe and Mrs. Miller.
Oh my God. Josh Parham.
Ryan, you like the one time that
I know
votes for the Altman movie for picture? Come on.
You got to understand,
you
man.
Don't do it yourself.
If you take this away from Friedkin in our history, he doesn't have this.
You don't
he
think
has the noms.
You don't think 73 with The Exorcist he would get a bounce back? I think he would.
Would we give him that? We'll talk about it.
I think there is a very good chance we would.
I think we would. Yeah, that's true. And that's a better film, in my opinion, than The French Connection. Direction, that movie rocks. But that movie he doesn't get that movie, I think, if he doesn't have this. If he doesn't have this moment, if he's not, because then he can.
Yeah, we're not thinking about that though.
Like, I know, I think about it though. I love that guy.
I'm just saying. My vote is for McCabe and Mrs. Miller.
Okay, I love that. I love that you're embracing your favorite director, Robert Altman, today. I love it.
Yes, it's good when he can finally make a good movie. Yeah.
Karen, what would be your? Why don't we have to go to? We have to go second place. We have to do this down ballot. Karen, what would be your second place?
My second was to keep it with the French Connection. Sorry.
My second would be McCabe and Miss Miller. Josh?
I'm gonna laugh so hard if you say
I'm not gonna do that because I think my second place was actually The Devils. So
okay. Well, what do we do here? This is
well, my third place is McCabe. I mean, I wrote them down actually.
Okay. Josh, what would be your third?
The French Connection.
Okay. And mine would be probably be The Last Picture Show. And then Willy Wonka.
So, is that French Connection then? Does that win?
Is it French Connection?
I think so.
No, because they each have a first place vote, a second place vote, and a third place vote. Wait, say it again. Let's do this again. So
Round
Karen
one.
went Willy
Yep.
first, and then you went French Connection second, and then you went
McCabe.
third.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Josh went
McCabe, Devils, French Connection.
French Connection. Okay.
I think they're still tied.
And then I went French Connection 1, McCabe 2, and then Last Picture Show 3.
Yeah. So French
Jesus
Connection
Christ.
and McCabe both have a tie.
Okay, so you know what? I'll say this. I will switch my rankings around, and I will give it to the French Connection. It is a very good movie, and we haven't given it anything today. Yeah, that is true. And it does feel weird, even though it probably would have had like a below the line win for editing for me. But yeah, since we weren't very kind to it in all
Josh, you sound
categories,
so dismissive of this.
well, I mean, I'm just saying that
I'm gonna make it even better for you.
okay.
You brought up The Exorcist. I got an ally. Wink, wink.
I mean,
in 73.
For me, yeah, absolutely.
Karen, you like the Exorcist?
Yeah.
You like that a little bit more than French Connection?
I don't know.
Okay, we'll talk about it then in 2 years. Because I'll switch my vote. I'll put McCabe Miss Miller at front.
Well, it's funny because when I said I'm surprised what movie I'm voting for, I was surprised that I picked Willy Wonka instead of French Connection first.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now you're changing? Or are you changing?
I don't know. I think I am.
It's so funny how we all had different.
We're all trying to like, you know what?
And then everybody now is trying to be magnanimous and concede, but now everybody's doing it, so now we're right back to where we started.
Well, no, I think if. No, yeah. Well,
if Karen goes to French Connection and then Josh is going to French Connection and I'm going back,
then French Connection ends
then
up
French
winning.
Connection wins. But if Josh stays where he's at,
the person who originally voted for it for first.
Josh, where are we going? Okay, final vote.
You know what?
This is the one.
Okay.
Final vote.
Okay.
French Connection.
Vote.
Josh.
McCabe and Mrs. Miller.
I'm going McCabe and Mrs. Miller.
Okay.
Man. Could have been here all day doing
I'll remember that when we do The Exorcist.
I will remember this as well. It's written down. I'm not going. This is happening. Because I'm going to bring up William Friedkin a lot on that episode.
Well, yeah.
He's got to have an Oscar. I like that he has one.
He needs to have Oscar nominations. Does he need to have an Oscar?
Yes.
As a human, does he really need one?
Oh, Karen. I think
I know if we took them away from all the people that don't I think people deserve them, there'd be like 6 Oscars.
He's an asshole. Okay. But I would say the world needs more assholes like him directing than like people that are terrible and worse monsters. He's just got a big mouth. You know what I mean? Did he have more than that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Ellen Burstyn was seriously injured on that set.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
With no warning. He tricked her. And then she was seriously injured and had an injury that lasted her for a very long time.
I can't wait to give him the Oscar for that film.
Her back was never okay.
Yeah. But having said that, Ryan, I do think that when we talk about 73, I think there will be strong support for William Friedkin there.
I think so. And Ellen Burstyn. Also, Ellen Burstyn doesn't win the Oscar the next year, right? It's not for that. There's like the rabbit holes for The Exorcist is even bigger than this. Like it's no. I just love that he hates Al Pacino. It's just like if you ever seen the stuff when he talks about Al Pacino, it's very funny. It's got a lot of sound bits.
Yeah, his experience with him on
oh my
cruising,
god,
yeah,
the cruising stuff is hysterical. If you ever just go and read stuff about that, no, but I get what you're saying.
Movie.
Yeah, all that footage that was gone, and then James Franco tried to redo it, and it was just like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway,
unfortunately, I have suffered through that movie. We don't need to talk about it.
Did you watch it?
Interior Leather Bar? Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. Karen, do you ever seen that film?
No.
Okay.
What would you ask her that for?
I don't know. It was at Sundance, and she goes to Sundance like every year. You never know.
You never know. I've seen some surprising things.
Yeah.
I think that one was very easy to guess without asking you, Karen.
Thank you, Josh.
Listen, I don't want to judge if she hadn't seen it and exclude her from the conversation.
Why? I mean, I think I should be judged for having seen it.
It's fine.
You do you, Josh.
Yeah, you do you, Josh. No one's
it was a different time.
Yeah, it's a different time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pre-disaster artists. And it all fell apart for Franco. Best adapted screenplay was McCabe and Miss Miller. See if you find a pattern here. Best original screenplay was Clute. Best supporting actor was Gene Wilder for Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Best supporting actress was Cloris Leachman, The Last Picture Show. Best actor was Warren Beatty for McCabe and Miss Miller. Best actress was Jane Fonda for Clute. Best director was Robert Altman for McCabe and Miss Miller. And best picture, McCabe and Miss Miller. We did it. We've done it.
Yep.
Put it in the vault. Put it on the...
Yeah.
Good work, Bob.
Good job, Bob. You did it, Bob.
Good movie. You finally did it. You finally made a good movie.
just like absolutely patting the back of one of the great directors of all time. Just like, about time you did something good, you useless piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like, here you go. God damn. Josh, I love you. No, it's a great win.
I love that movie. Yeah, it is the one movie of his that, like, I understand why people do love Robert Altman. I should make that very clear. I understand why people do love him. I just have always struggled to connect with his movies, but McCabe is one of those instances where I just think my own personal interests of the Western genre and what I like to see out of that genre, like the kinds of stories, just intersect with his own sensibilities in a way that, for this one instance, really, really works for me.
God, just the use of that Leonard Cohen music
Mm-hmm.
alone. My God, I'm just thinking about it now. I think I might rewatch it again because even though I know that movie by memory, Karen, you got to do yourself a favor. You got to go get that 4K. It's incredible. Yeah. It's beautiful.
I will.
That's the one thing I think from the show that you can agree with me on. Maybe not the Devils, but definitely get in the 4K for McCabe and Miss Miller. It's it's the transfer that they did, the restoration they did on that. It's one of Criterion's best. Also, it's just the cover of it. I haven't mentioned this, but the cover of him in the coat. You know what I'm talking about?
That
like
coat.
That poster. I want that as a poster on my wall. I like that is.
I want that coat.
I want the coat. Well, I can't wear that down here.
Well, I was about to say, like, because especially the two of you, you are not in the area where a coat like that would be very appreciated. So,
no, but if I ever come to Chicago and visit and stay with you, Josh, I'm going to be wearing that coat. So you'll be able to find me at the airport.
Depending on what time you come, yeah. Because there are some days where that coat looks very, very inviting.
But it's why wasn't it? The coat alone should have got him nominated for costumes, right?
I agree.
Okay. Karen, can you tell everybody where they can find you and all your work on the internet?
You can find my written work at awardswatch.com, and you can find me on social media. I'm on Instagram, Letterboxd, and Blue Sky at Karen M. Peterson.
Josh Parham.
You can find me on Twitter, Blue Sky, and Letterboxd at JR Parham, and you can find my work at Next Best Picture and AwardsWatch.
And you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, Blue Sky at Ryan McQuade 77. If you like podcasts, we have the Director Watch podcast that is in the middle of a Jane Campion movie series right now. And this week is our review of The Portrait of a Lady. And I think the episode is better than the movie. And so just going to say that. Hopefully you listen to that podcast. It's been really good. Also go back last week to listen to our episode on the piano. We'll have maybe an episode coming up with Josh on a film or something in that series.
Maybe.
If you know Josh, You
don't think it is very difficult to guess which movie that might be.
Just just be a little bit of a detective for like 2 seconds. Yeah. It's usually a good thing. iTunes, Spotify, 5-star reviews are greatly appreciated. While you're on the website, sign up for the newsletter. It's the best place to get all of our news, reviews, interviews, podcasts, festival updates. It's coming. The fall festivals are coming. Award season's coming back.
Yeah,
it never ends, but it's definitely coming back in full swing here in the next couple of weeks. Next week we'll be back. We're going to be talking about the latest film release, The End of Oak Street, the third film from Anne Hathaway this year. No, the fourth film from Anne Hathaway this year.
Right.
Mother Mary, Devil Wears Prada 2, The Odyssey. This is her fourth film. We'll talk about
another one on the horizon too.
We're going to talk about Verity later in the year. Don't you worry about that. But thank you all so much for listening, and we'll see you all next time.